The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan.
Far over the ranting mountains, Joe. The Twitter fight against the BC folk. The rant is great, but far too long. This is our long-winded intro song.
Shall we play a game?
Player to another. Dark soul light. Turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with the Nude Clan.
Welcome to another episode of Nude Clan Gaming, the show where Joe tries to be even more annoying than he is on the other shows. I am your host, Kaleb. It is hard.
I am your hard host.
This man works.
I am Caleb Craig.
And today we're going to be answering all of the questions on our forums, as you guys probably know, because never mind. You might not know. It's on the site, but not everyone's been there.
It's been kind of a dead week for the forums anyway.
Yeah.
But, we do have a new website, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
You can go to nudeclan.net.
It has launched.
You can go to nudeclan.net to see it. It's actually like part of a large conglomerate site.
Yes.
That includes website specific for each of our shows. Thank God we figured out how to do that. Had to do a bunch of subdomains though, so it's kind of annoying. And then a site for all the stuff, and then like a big forum for everything, but it's much more well organized, and it's just
Everything loads
so much faster.
Yeah,
it's nice. It's a different look. It's clean. I think it's clean looking.
it makes it easier for you guys to go to all our different websites and stuff.
Yeah, and in fact, there's ways now to support Nude Clan specifically. So if you go to nudeclan.net, there is an Amazon link. You can click through and bookmark that Amazon link. It doesn't cost you anything. Every time you buy something off of Amazon through that bookmark,
We get some money.
we'll get like 3 or 4% off of that, and that'll help support the shows and support the hosts and get us new equipment and everything like that. If we needed new equipment, we're actually okay right now.
Yeah, we are.
we're
As long
pretty
as the
solid.
camera doesn't keep breaking its fucking mic cord, we'll be fine.
Yeah, we do have that.
Honestly, it might have been me with the cords laying down like they used to, and me sitting in my chair streaming.
Rolling over it.
Yeah, that might have happened. No, not rolling over it, but leaning against it and pushing it into the table. I feel like that could have been a possibility.
On cams, though?
I don't know.
So far away from you in the chair.
Well, now the old table.
If there's a cord,
Oh, okay.
Schweiss will fuck with it. That is like a Newton's fourth law.
Yeah, it's weird. I live here. It's odd that I use my home for things, isn't it? It's
this
like
table should just be like the UN. This is not
the other table
your table.
was not, and this is my table. This is 50% mine and 50% yours. This fat fuck is the one that doesn't own the table, and yet I look, and whose stuff is all over the table? The Craig.
Everyone's.
Nope. Okay, my mouse is on here, but no.
and
yeah.
your monitor.
Well, that's
Just
for the show.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
And then everybody's mics.
Mine's over here. Look at that. Look at that
Either way.
cord's not touching.
Dwayne's mic stand.
All right.
Everyone's stuff.
Everyone's got a piece of the action. This table's hot commodity. No, it is awesome though. So for those of you out there who are just itching to support just one of our shows, Nude Clan or Super Sexy or whatever,
There's
you don't have to
now
go through
places to
Ultima.
go.
Yeah. So that's awesome. And check out the new site. Make sure you get a new account. It's not going to carry over the info.
There were like
unfortunately.
100 accounts that moved over. When I tried, unfortunately, we weren't able to move the forums like I said we wanted to. That's why we're clearing out all these questions.
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
When I tried to move the forums, we did get users. Some users.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we got all users, but we got some users.
So try to log in.
Yeah, try to log in. If you got a WordPress account for, if you read blogs and stuff like that, then you should be able to just log in.
Yeah. Speaking of blogs, all of us have blogs now on the website.
Yes.
So you can check us out on that.
Yeah.
Everybody, even the guests like Dylan and
Dylan does have a blog on
Yeah.
our site, and Drew has a blog. From
Drew has a
Godzilla.
blog. Yeah, Jake has a blog. From Super
Jacob
Sexy.
and Dylan both copied one of my blog posts
Yeah.
and made it their own.
Yeah. So there's
Bastards.
Well, it wasn't yours particularly. I mean, it was just pulling a list from another.
Oh,
area.
you mean a list that didn't have a printable version that I had to select and put in one at a time? Those fucking games that were on there.
A normal man would have just retyped them, but sure.
I think retyping them would have taken even longer.
Yeah, that would have
Maybe
taken
for
like
you.
way longer.
Yeah, and then there'd be like spelling mistakes and shit.
Final
And like I would have like fucked up on capitalization, so like some of the games would be capitalized.
Like
just
weird
because I'd be
spots.
like impatient going through one at a time of 100 game titles.
It's a cool post though. It's a good thing to check out.
Yeah, and you can check out all of our terrible high school home movies, as I call them, on my blog. I put up all the big ones.
Oh man.
I put up Once You Go Fat, You Never Go Back. I put up Houseman, The Solar Ring. Caleb Craig stars as Bames John.
Oh god.
In Bames John, the Scarlet Gamble.
So cringeworthy.
We got Brokeback Bakery.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, that's getting into higher class there.
Yeah.
We got the Michael Clayton redo scene, and then I'm gonna put a couple more of those things up there. I also got my photography, and I'm gonna put my music on there too. And I backdated them, so I put them so like it'll say that my blog's been around since 2007, which is a lie. But I tried to estimate when I made the shorts.
Trying to bury your past. Is that what you're doing?
I want it in order. That's all I want,
Okay.
and so that was kind of the way I wanted to do it. But yeah, you guys can check that out. I think the only person without a blog post is the person who's not here.
Yeah, fucking Cameron, and we've been trying to get him to do one since like the beginning of time.
Yeah.
And he's just like,
I'm working on it, you guys.
I just...
And then he asked me to like send him a link to mine. I'm like, I don't know why you want that, but okay.
Why can't you
And
just
then-
find it?
And then he never posts one for him.
I'm just a kid.
I'm just a Cameron is what it should say. Yeah, Cameron, as we said last week, his brother's getting married today. And so Cameron is at whatever that poor event is.
Yeah.
How do you think laser
Sorry.
tag with two people went?
Oh, it was probably
I
a
went.
blast.
Oh, you did?
Okay, so... we're just going to fucking get into this
Yeah,
right
we
now.
might as well.
Okay. So yesterday, and I'll tell you the reason why. Okay, so last week, Cameron was like, hey, you guys want to go to laser tag? And then you stood there silently, and then Caleb's like...
Well, I have work
and
in
then
the
Caleb,
mornings.
then Caleb
I told him
Schweiss,
that.
you didn't say it on the show. You just
Oh, I didn't?
stood there. No, yeah, you stood there and didn't answer him like an asshole.
Yeah.
Caleb Schweiss. Caleb Schweiss was like, he had a family thing going on, and then I was like, I have work. I'm sorry, I can't go. I did not have work. Yesterday, I was wandering around Provo like a hobo, and I called Cameron looking to hang out because I'd totally forgotten about it. And then he called me back after a missed call, and he was like, hey, I'm doing laser tag with my brother soon. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, never mind then. Because I had assumed, I thought his brother was up in Salt Lake.
Mm-hmm.
He was down here, I guess. And then I got another call back from Cameron being like, hey, I'm in Provo. Like, I'm like, why didn't you just say that in the first fucking phone call that you were in Provo, two blocks away from
Fucking
me?
come get me, man.
And so he came and got me, and I played with his brother. TJ was there.
Oh, TJ came, huh?
TJ was there, yeah, looking like a fat fuck
Did
right
did
now.
he? Did he give you like the stare down? Like he didn't like you?
Well, there's a silent Cold War going on between me and TJ, as far as I can tell. And of course, if you've listened to Getting Fat with Kaleb and Joe, there's an episode called Flakes in which he is very prominent in that episode. But okay, so TJ has gained weight in such a weird. TJ is our friend from high school, and he is about 9 feet tall. And he used to be the skinny,
It's not an over-exaggeration.
kind of like, you know, when they're tall but they're not muscular.
Yeah,
they're
gangly.
They're kind of like wavy, I would call it, like when
Yeah.
they walk around.
Wiry.
Yeah, wiry. Yeah, gangly is a really good description of it. But now he's like pear-shaped and tall. So like,
So it looks
he
like his
doesn't-
dad.
Yes,
So,
I'm
like-
sure he does.
when I gain weight, I gain a lot of weight in the tits. Like, I got man boobs
They're nice.
that have always been bad, like big man boobs.
They're good,
very
though. Don't listen to
perky
them.
man boobs, by the way. So like, no matter what mirror I'm in, it's like, oh, I'm a nice B cup going on right now. TJ doesn't have that. TJ, it's like a flat chest, and then it like a pear, I would say. He's pear shaped. It like bulges out in like this nice little rump on his stomach, and then goes back in, and then he has like skinny legs again. So
What?
I would call, not only is TJ like gangly and his arms kind of like do this wave motion side to side when he walks, but he's now also pear shaped. So TJ basically just looks like a fucking alien. So that's what I can tell you about TJ. Something else that was weird when we went to laser tag, and I'll get into why I was wandering around Provo like a hobo in a second. Another weird thing when we got there, Garth Daybell, who I run into, who lives in Idaho, by the way, who I run into every 2.5 months, random fucking Lee, and you've been there when I run into him,
Yeah.
just
So have I,
randomly.
yeah.
He was just hanging out at the laser assault place.
What?
Dude, he wasn't with our party.
Oh, what?
Garth was just there.
Hey, Joe, it's time for our visit. I think Garth is dead, and he's just visiting you from like the other side. He's like your angel. That's why he hasn't aged.
It'd be funny if like Drew, who's Garth's cousin, by the way, Drew from the Godzilla podcast. It'd be funny if Drew was like listening to this and going,
Garth's dead.
Garth's dead.
He's been dead for years.
The shit.
He died right after you guys filmed that weird short that you never finished, like years ago.
Garth also stars.
Shyamalan.
Garth also stars in many of my
Yeah, I've seen
movies.
him in a bunch of things.
But here's the weird thing, and me and Garth had a conversation about it. It's like, why the fuck do I see you everywhere I go? I'll just be in one random place. I'll like
never
be-
go there before.
I'll be I'll be
Never
in some
again.
apartment or something, and I'll be like, is that Garth with his fucking telescope? And it's Garth with his fucking telescope. Or at the board game shop that we were at like a month and a half ago, there was Garth. And now he was at Laser Assault, and he has the high score at Laser Assault.
Really?
They have the scores at the top in their front of their
Do they still have the phasers?
I guess Garth goes there like every week.
But he lives in Idaho.
Well, he used to be down here for BYU, and then he went up to Rick's College at BYU, Idaho.
Are the guns still the things you push forward on?
Forward.
Yeah, it was like a phaser. It was like a Star Trek kind of thing when I went.
There was no forward thumb. There's a button.
Oh, I hate that. I fucking dumb. Just make it a gun. I want to shoot.
Oh, the trigger still is.
Oh yeah, it wasn't a trigger last time I
The
went.
button's for recharging.
It was like a.
You
it
go
was.
to your recharge station, you get the button in it.
It was something you pushed forward
it was
on.
something you hit your thumb on before.
So
Yeah.
I was invited to laser tag after having walked 5 miles from Caleb Schweiss's townhome. I was about to say apartment. From Caleb Schweiss's
Respect.
townhome to
Row
the
house.
mall. I saw Star Trek, and then I was walking back into this neighborhood and got that call, and then walked over to almost all the way to Laser Assault, and then it got picked up
Nice.
by Cameron. And so like I already walked just 5 miles, and then I had an hour of Laser Assault. It was 2 half-hour games. I was the sweatiest motherfucker that entire day. So it was something. I didn't lose any weight this morning. I was pissed about that. I was like, come on. But anyway, the reason I was in Provo like a fucking hobo. Dobo. Yobo. Showboat.
What are you even saying?
I don't know, man. I'm just rhyming things. Here's the reason I was in Provo like a hobo, wandering
tell us.
around like a fuckface.
Tell us already.
I was on my way. As you guys know, I live in Ogden. I was on my way down for the weekend because I go to work, and I work in my car because I was a pizza delivery boy.
Ooh.
Right? For my day job, while I was going to school, while I am going to school. Fuck you. It was already given away on Ultima Final Fantasy because of you, motherfucker, on the
It
Twitch
was
stream.
forever ago.
And then it was reintroduced when we had the listener review for Crystal Defenders, who's like, and just like Joe, I'm a pizza delivery boy.
Look, man,
All right.
one man
It's fine,
happened
dude.
to catch it.
Because now it's behind me. I was going down, and I noticed like my car just started acting. It was it didn't have as much power as it did like a week ago. It was just kind of like, oh, I really can't accelerate that much over 65. And the freeway is like 80. So it's like, or we all go 80.
Yeah,
it's 70.
kind of slow. right?
And so it's like, okay, I can't go over 60. This is kind of weird. I'm going to just go into the slow lane on the side. And then,
The shoulder, I'm sure.
but then, Ogden to Provo is about, you go through Salt Lake, it's about an hour and a half drive. Took me about 2 hours because my car couldn't get past. Once I hit about the midway point, my car could not get past 45 miles an hour. So my car went into weak as shit mode. And I just got an oil change and I rotated my tire the week before. So I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm going to have to go to the shop. God damn it. And then there was a point where like the car just felt like it was losing so much power. I was like, I don't even think I can make it up the hill to my sister's place, which is where I usually crash on the weekends, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, Kaleb, I gotta stay at your place, or at least I came to the door.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, I'm
It's
sorry.
like, don't give me that phone thing.
Oh no!
You
I
just
called
knocked
you
on the
first.
door. Oh.
I called you first, and you didn't answer, so I had to
Oh,
knock on the
okay.
door. And I thought that Caleb's family thing was going on, and I was like, "Dude, I'm really sorry, but I got to crash here. I'm not gonna be able to make it up the fucking hill." And then Caleb's like, "Nah." So I got my car into the shop, and at the moment I had $600. Now I have about $500 because a few things had to go through. I had $600, and I said to the guy at the mechanic shop, I was like, "Okay, you're gonna do your little thing that costs like $50, where they figure out what's wrong with it, and if the cost is over $500, I'm just gonna have to park the car. There's nothing I can do. I don't have the money for this."
Right.
And my dad, who quit his job, will not have the money for it either. So I can no longer like ask my parents for funds because my dad's basically retired. And so it's like, all right, if this car is too much for the expenses, like if it costs too much to fix it, I'm going to be riding the bus for the next 8 months.
Okay, how much was it?
The estimate for fixing the vehicle was between $17,000 or not 17. Oh, Jesus, that's way $1,700 and $2,200.
Ouch.
Yeah, you fucking think? And so at that, I was like, well, if it was like $750, I could be like, well, let's work something out. But it wasn't that. It was fucking like,
Yeah. Now, you do go to the dealership, which they do kind of fuck you a little bit, but that's not going to be much better elsewhere.
The reason I go to the dealership is because they deal with those cars all day, and they know exactly what's wrong, and they know exactly how to fix them.
Yeah.
And so despite the extra $200 that
Yeah.
it probably costs,
It wouldn't have mattered, yeah.
it doesn't matter. And so I now have to park the car. And so yesterday I was still over here, and you told me to get the fuck out of the house. And so I wandered around Provo like a fucking hobo all day yesterday.
Yeah.
Didn't have time to plan my Ultima Final Fantasy episode. And I quit my job. And I got rid of all my payment stuff except for Audible, which I need to get rid of. I got rid of my HBO Now. I got rid of my gym membership. And they charge you to get rid of the gym membership.
Yeah, that's
there.
fucking
It's
gay.
dicks.
Pyramid scheme.
And so basically, I got $500 right now, and that's gonna last me until
My life is shit.
till I graduate. So I'm saying we don't buy any games. Saying we buy games or we get games that I already own. While we play games.
The next one you got to buy, though. We've already announced it. Diablo 3.
Joe already has it.
Joe has Diablo 3. So
When did you buy it?
Like forever ago.
yeah, a while ago.
I told him it was on sale and he bought it. And then
Was it that time that you failed me? And you
No, it was but way before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
This
was
was
like
months ago.
$30.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
It's fucking me.
Yeah. You should
I didn't
fucking
think you.
listen to
I
me.
didn't think you had ordered it.
I don't have the newest edition of Diablo 3. I have whatever one
Yeah,
was
you
the
do.
last one.
You have the same one as me?
I thought there was like a new edition.
No, there's not.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then we're fine.
It's the Ultimate Evil or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's
so
everything.
that's what happened. And I worked at that job for like 3 years, dude. And like, I know that there's no money coming in. But at the same time, this feels good.
Feels good.
Feels good.
Liberated.
No, because I don't have the car, but it feels good not to have to go to that fucking place ever again. That was the
upside to it.
It was like the third worst job I've ever had. The first one being, I think call centers are the absolute worst. And I worked at a call center for 2 weeks and couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is confining and terrible, and I hate this. So I had to quit the call center. And all my friends that make money all worked at call centers and just like worked their way up. And I'm like, I can't even fathom working at a call center. I can't fathom doing my time first
Yeah.
at the call center. Like that is the absolute worst.
My old job, I made way more money. So much money. It's all gone now.
The other worst job was probably the custodial gig at UVU.
Yeah. I could see that.
And then the pizza place.
People shitting all over the seats.
Third
Like,
worst. Come on. Yeah, that was bad. I mean, I never had to clean that stuff up, but I saw it. And it's like it's like seeing atrocities in war.
I don't think it's
I didn't have to clean up the brain from the sidewalk, but I saw it blow.
Yeah.
That's a weird way to put it.
So I am officially unemployed. So if you guys want to support Nude Clan, Ultimate
Support the
Final
Joe.
Fan- I mean, yeah, I only need to get by with my my
Start a Kickstarter.
$35 healthcare expense per month, which I'm okay at. So
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, crazy things happened in my life recently.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah, just got shooken up. And I have to figure out a place where I'm gonna live. Yeah,
Fun.
it is fun, Caleb.
It is fun. Yeah, sounds like it. All right, so we're going to basically be answering all the questions that we've had on the forum since we're moving over to the new site. But before we get into that, guys, what have you been playing?
Oh, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was on a roll.
A shitload.
I wouldn't have let it go.
What have we been playing? You're usually the one who goes first. Now I'm all fucked up.
I know, yeah.
It's you.
It's got to be Caleb.
All right. Brave XVS on my phone. Pokemon Go on my phone. Pokemon Blue on my DS.
Oh, nice. You got that?
Yes. I just barely beat Brock this morning. I was pretty underleveled. It kind of sucked, but I played Doom 3 to completion. I played Doom online for about 40 minutes, and Final Fantasy 11 all the time. It seems like
All the time.
and I think that's it. I think that's all I played this week. I don't think there was any weird one-offs this time where I just jumped in for 10 minutes. Nothing like that. I was gonna play something the other night, but I just was getting that gaming fatigue where I was just like, I want to play something, but I don't want to play anything that I own. It was odd.
That's good.
I had that feeling the other day.
And then I just went to sleep instead. So, yeah. What about you, Joe?
Well, this week mostly played FF11, mixed in some Doom 2016, which I need to finish, and I'm only about halfway through. Luckily, I am not employed.
Power game!
And so I plan on beating... Oh, I'm not employed and also not working on the fucking website. Like, I only got like a few more posts that I want to do on my blog, so it's like not going to take up that much more time. So Doom 2016 is in my future, and it was slightly in my past this week. And besides that, I played some Pokemon Go. And I also have this little app that's sort of a game. It's like a memorization app for my phone called Memrise. I'm a big fan of right now. Big fan of.
Memory game.
So I'm going. We had a textbook called Genki in Snow College for Japanese.
Yeah.
And there's on Memrise there is a card stack that's the Genki textbook of vocabulary, and I'm reviewing all that stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. And like every time you remember a word a little bit more, it like grows a flower just a little bit more, and you're like, wait until the flower like opens up
Blooms.
all the way, and then once you have that done, you do speed reviews of the words. So I mean, it's not really a video game, but I think it's gamified enough that I want to mention it here. That's what I've been doing that every single day for the
It
last
grows a flower.
week and a half. Yeah.
That's funny.
What about you,
right.
Caleb Craig? What have you been playing?
Pretty much Pokemon Go, Shadow Warrior, and Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Pretty much every game ever.
Those three is all I've been playing.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So we did have someone who beat a game this week, didn't we?
We did.
All right. So Schweiss beat.
Doom 3.
Oh yeah. So Schweiss is now at 18. However, wait, did you beat a game?
I did. I beat Shadow Warrior.
Oh, you didn't say it. You just said you played it. You fucking
Yeah.
Shadow Warrior. All right.
Yeah.
The re-release.
I don't know what that means.
There's an original game.
Oh, okay. All right.
Old school, ripped off Doom.
All right.
Now it's just ripping it off.
And I
again.
did not beat a game this week. So
The new Doom is a lot like
Caleb
Shadow Warrior.
Craig, for the Hog status, is still King Hog for the show
Yeah.
at 21 games. Yeah. Caleb Schweiss is behind at -3. I am behind at fucking -10. And Cameron is behind at -14.
Damn.
Sad Cameron.
It might be -9 and -13. Sorry.
Joe, you should just beat like a shit ton of games. Come back the same as Caleb. If Cam just feel like shit.
I don't even think he'd care.
Something tells me that I wouldn't care.
Nah.
As you guys know, guys, this is the last episode of the month of July, which means that new Hog Points are coming. So there's going to be a topic in the forum under Nude Clan, and it'll be under
New
Hog
Hog
status,
Points.
and it'll say July Hog status points.
Wait, we're doing month
every
points
month.
now?
Every month we gotta check in with the listeners.
It's a check-in. We're still counting. It's a full count
of
of the full year.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay.
So-
just how they're doing in the month.
You got to give
Okay.
us your Nude Clan
I get it.
Hog points, which are how many games you've beaten the campaigns of since 2016 started, and then your Super Hog points, which we'll have a page up at nudeclan.net, hopefully by Monday, I want to say. We'll have one up on Monday, so check there on Tuesday to look at there'll be a whole list where it'll say the adjusted points,
All right.
and you can figure out how many Super Hog points you have as well. You can either put them in the forum in that selected folder, or you can tweet me with the hashtags May the List Go On and hashtag Hog Status. Those are very important, or else I will miss them. That's what I look under. So do that, guys, and we'll rank where all the listeners are at and rank them against the host of the show.
Yeah. Nice.
It'll be a lot of fun. So you got from Tuesday up until Friday night to figure that out. Okay, guys. Well, Schweiss, Caleb, let's get into some questions.
All right.
All right, so first question here is from Shinru. The topic is, so is Joe the only one embarrassed by certain games?
Yeah.
We've answered this.
Hearing Joe talk about
So
how embarrassed he was playing FF10-2 was hilarious. I think that in order for him to start accepting and not being embarrassed by even the weirdest of games, you guys are going to have to start recommending more weird Japanese games in your list to troll Joe. So, to Caleb Schweiss, Caleb Craig, and Cameron, please Google weird Japanese games and put them on your voting list for the next games. us Nude Clan listeners will vote for them, and Joe will have to play and review them. From what I hear, he is staying at his parents' house right now, so make sure to pick games that have certain loud audio that will certainly get him concerned looks. I worry for him, so as a listener of this podcast, I feel like it's our duty to help Joe overcome his fears and bask in the light and gloriousness of cringe games.
I see that I see that nobody has my parents.
So, will you guys join me and help in accomplishing this task for Joe?
I'm not just embarrassed because they're there, but my parents will say something. They don't just go, "Oh, that's Joe, and that's this weird thing," and "Oh, let's just love him for who he is and what he plays, and the little cartoons that he watches." My parents aren't like that. They're, they're judgmental, and which is fine. I like judging people. It's
true. He does. It's a hobby.
It's a personal, I think everybody should judge everybody, and so that should be the even thing. We all just judge each other, and it's cool. So, to save myself personal embarrassment, I do have to shut the door, and I do have to put the volume down when a cutscene starts in any of the Final Fantasy X-2 blankety-blank games. And I don't think that's going to fucking change. And if there's an embarrassing sound, guess whose volume is going all the way down?
Yeah, I kind of gotta agree. I mean, there are some things in some games where you're just like,
Lost in translation shit.
Yeah. Some maybe cringe-worthy things that you just don't want other people to overhear.
Yeah.
To save them, not only yourself.
Never sang my song
Like that.
on the stage on my own. Yep, there you go. And they're mostly Final Fantasy games because those are the embarrassing ones I've played. I'm sure that there's other JRPG type stuff.
Yeah, I played one.
I think it's a little bit
Recently.
crazy, but every time
Wow.
Yep. The old dirge.
That's weird.
Thanks for bringing that one up as well. I was here when I played that, thank God. But even Kaleb, when I was playing Dirge in here and your girlfriend came over, I felt embarrassed. I was like, fuck, I'm playing this game. There's a girl in here and that's oh.
Yeah.
I just felt anxiety. It was automatically there. So Shinru, it's not going to get any better. It's not. Because I have a father who is way more nitpicky about other people than I am.
Oh, wow.
And so he's going to call me a child or whatever he's going to do. Right? My mom will roll her eyes and make some comment or remark about the Japanese cartoons or whatever. So just remember that that's where I come from. And so this shit is embarrassing. It is childish. And eventually I wish to just only play the Final Fantasy games that I don't feel embarrassed by. But I am doing this for you people. So yeah, please. I don't want to. I don't want to play any other embarrassing games. I mean, 10-2 is a bad game. On top of that, it's
it's not like it's a good
it's not
game.
it's
wrapped in
amazing,
shit.
except that the 2 minutes of cutscenes are terrible. It's the 20 hours of cutscenes are terrible. I don't know.
It's not a golden turd.
No,
I think it's all right.
I hated its guts. I don't know. How do you feel about embarrassment? Do you feel embarrassed by video games that you play?
Not really, but there are
Look
some
at this
that I
guy.
have to If there is a moment like the massage thing that I saw in fucking 10-2, I'd be like, I don't want to watch this. I don't want anyone to hear me play
See,
that.
I would blast it, but I was playing it on the stream.
Oh, I'm
so.
thinking about other.
Well, if in that case, then yeah, I would, because it's funny. But if I'm just playing it and nobody is watching, then it's this is garbage.
There was a thread put up by Shinru before that had cutscenes from games
Yeah.
that were super any of those cutscenes. I'd be fucking out. I'm out of here.
You know what's funny about the DMC2 one is, or DMC one is the new Devil May Cry. There's a trophy that's called "Fill Your Dark Soul with Light."
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I got it too, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty good." It's really bashing themselves.
It knows.
One to pick Coke over Sprite.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Oh, those comments on that video are fantastic.
Yeah, that's there are some really bad moments. I'm not really as interested in that Shinru as I am making him play either something I know he's bad at, which is something I want to do, or something.
Sorry, you want to give me platformers all day? Is that what you fucking want to
No,
do?
not
can play Mario.
platformers. I'll make you do MGS.
Well, I want to play MGS.
I know you do, but you know it's tough. Everyone knows it's tough.
That first one is. The third one's
It's
easy
easy.
as fuck.
Yeah. It's also better.
I
but-
assume 2 and 4 are similar to the third one, or more similar to the third one
Yeah,
than
they
the
are.
first one.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just you want to make me suffer through Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah,
and I
that-
say suffer because it's hard.
I want to make you play that. I want to make you guys play the Siphon Filter games because they're like these 1997, 98 first person or third person shooters that are just blocky, and they're awesome though. They have like 90s on Metacritic, most of them. So good games, but I'm more interested in that and making Cameron play something that I know he doesn't want to play, like how we got him to play Symphony of the Night.
Yeah,
He
that's
was
always
like-
fun.
Got him to play. Has he even started?
I don't know. He's
I don't
super
think so.
butthurt about it.
I just
Yeah, he wants to play
I
a
don't want-
sports game really bad for some
we need
reason.
to play things besides shooters, but let me nominate some shooters.
Yeah, 2 shooters every time.
I think everything he's nominated has been a shooter.
I'm not sure about that, but
I don't know if there's been anything that he hasn't nominated that's been.
yeah, I don't know.
Let's piss all over Cameron while he's not here. Let's do it.
That's what we always
Exactly.
do. And why not?
No, really though, like you could nominate a sports game. I don't know. I don't know how it would work, but
Fucking Mario Strikers. Fucking I don't know.
yeah, you should probably do like at that point, do like an actual sports game, not like a fuck around sports game. I don't think that's what he meant.
It's
Caleb.
a fun one.
I don't
and
think
it's a
he
sports
meant
game.
Mario sports game. That's not a fucking sports game. The Donkey Kong Golf where he holds it with one arm. Yeah, that's not a sports game.
do NBA Jam 2003.
Also
where
not.
you can push the fuck out of other players. And
That is
hardly,
fun, though, yeah.
Hardly ever get called out for it.
Yeah.
NBA Street Volume 2.
Yeah, with the fro.
Yeah.
That's a fun game actually. That one's good.
That fucking Fro dude is sick.
I know.
And if you played it on the GameCube, Mario and Luigi were in it.
Yeah, but I don't think that something tells me Cameron didn't mean Mario sports game. Something tells me he meant straight up
Sports games.
NBA Live 2K16.
Who would fucking play those, though? It's like the same game.
They're
Copy
fun.
and pasted.
They're fun. I like it.
I understand that they can be fun, but like I don't know why you would choose that over anything else.
I don't know either. I wouldn't, but
Or playing the actual game.
well, because you suck at it is why.
I suck at it, but I still would rather play actual basketball than NBA.
I don't mind it, but I don't have one, so I guess I can't really say much. No, I do have the PS4
Yeah, you have the
one.
free one. Yeah, we all have that.
So it's not that I won't help you, Shinru. It's that I'm gonna do my own thing.
I don't know any other games that I know that are going to be embarrassing that I feel like I need to nominate.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I got other Final Fantasy.
Well, those moments are always good for laughs too. So I mean,
yeah,
whatever. So
with gamers.
yeah,
It's not good for a laugh with anyone else. It's more like you watch that shit.
well, if you're like streaming it, then
It's the same.
funny.
It's the same feeling or
It's
look that
funny
you
to
give
talk
someone
about.
when they say that their favorite movie is When in Rome or Valentine's Day. Some like real shit chick flick.
Oh god.
Yeah, that feeling inside of you right now is the feeling that normal people get when they know that you like Final Fantasy X too
Yeah.
Lol.
and know what's in it. That's the same feeling.
That's fucking awful.
Yeah, it's a terrible feeling.
Yeah, why would you like 10-2 if you know it's gonna give somebody that feeling?
Well, I'm just saying, like me playing 10-2, they just assume that I like that game, right? That's the assumption.
no, you're
And
being forced to play it.
They don't know that.
Well,
Let's say that they don't know that. That person looks at you like you're a fan.
I have an explanation.
Like you're a fan of Valentine's Day.
Man, you just gotta be acting like you got caught watching
movie.
porn and just be like,
No, but porn is less embarrassing.
It's not what it looks like.
I mean, I don't know about the porn that you guys watch, but for me, it like wouldn't be as embarrassing as someone walking in during the party. Ah! Dancing Yuna, I want to see. That is far more embarrassing.
Oh man.
I could be. I'm not gonna go to it.
It's too much.
I could be watching a golden shower video with like midgets,
Like a dozen dudes, a dozen midgets pissing on another midget.
Yeah. I could be watching that, and that would be less embarrassing than Dancing Yuna. I want to see.
Oh yeah, because it'd be super fucking weird.
That you're not helping my point. All right,
I don't know.
all right. So
Yeah.
You know, it's a good thing you're not a big fat guy, or this would be really difficult.
Wow. I don't get to use that one often. All right, so this one is
Maybe you
well. There
shouldn't
was
have it.
another one with not Nude Clan. Fucking getting fat questions. I'm not going to do that. There is this one though.
Shinra's gonna be pissed.
Review suggestions. Is there a spot on the forum to suggest games for you to review next? Here are 2 games I just bought for the PS3 that I would like to put on your radar: Uncharted 2 and Spec Ops: The Line.
Okay,
Dude, I will fucking talk about Uncharted 2 whenever the fuck you want.
Okay, you don't have to put it in the questions area. In the new forums, there's a place called Nude Clan Show Discussion, and that's a good place to put that thread.
Yes,
Just put up any suggestions for games you might want us to play.
Yeah, feel free to do so. I mean, we're not
give us
necessarily-
some ideas on what to pick.
won't necessarily do it, but we will have it in the back of our minds. To
I got a
possibly do
new
it a
list
future day.
of top 100 games of all time.
Yeah,
That I really
pick
like.
through those.
And I'm thinking I'm going to try to just nominate one of those every time I nominate, and then another random game, because that's our new way of doing things.
Ish thing, yeah.
Yeah, unless it's Diablo 3.
Yeah, that
Which
one's
will be picked. Is picked.
Yep, Diablo 3 is one that we will play. So yeah, we'll have a little spot for that. You guys can do whatever you want as far as suggestions go. All right, this one is Nude Clan Con 2016. This one's weird.
We totally answered this.
Did we really?
Oh, yeah.
Are you sure?
I don't.
110%.
No, we didn't.
Yep, we did.
No, we didn't. Unless you did
Oh.
it when I wasn't here.
100
Because we talked about it off the show.
100%, 10%, we talked about this on air. This is what happens when questions are skipped.
What was fucking said then, Joe? I want you to tell me.
I said
Because I know we talked
that
about it.
It sounds
off the air.
awesome, but I didn't know how it could be done. And if everybody wanted to get together, we would figure out the Discord channel server thing. We had this on the air.
I don't know if we read the question fully. We did mention it though.
Okay.
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah.
All right, this one is digital versus physical. I'm not sure if you guys already discussed this. We totally had a
We did.
full episode on it. I've been thinking about this lately because I finally started buying games from the PlayStation Store. It took me a while to be comfortable with buying a game through the PlayStation Store and not having the physical copy of the game. Which form do you prefer? What would you choose between owning a physical copy or a digital copy? At what type of price reduction would get you to change your mind? I'll answer those parts first. If it's cheaper, I'll buy it. Whatever is cheaper. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
That's how I am now. When we answered this, I did prefer physical. But I did buy Doom on the PC because Doom on the PC was cheaper at the time. And yes, it did go on sale.
Like
But-
literally like a day after.
None of you motherfuckers got it on sale, did you?
No.
So
I bought it. Well, actually, I did. I bought it for $40 like a week before.
okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right.
So I got it for on sale.
I got it for $35.
I bought it on Amazon the day before Caleb gave me the text saying
It was on
"Hey."
sale?
Yeah, it's on sale.
Yeah, so I will buy whatever's cheaper. I used to be really into just all physical, but I don't know, with Steam and stuff like that, it's just so cheap. I can't deny it. I can't justify going on and getting a physical copy.
Yeah.
So unless the physical copy is cheaper, in many cases it can be, but it just really depends on the price point at the time. I think they're both just fine. The nice thing about how physical used to be is that it didn't take up a shitload of space, whereas now most PS4 games you have to download anyway, so there's no point to have the physical disc because
Yeah.
99% of the game is on your fucking system, sucking all your energy just your space away.
Yeah, it
You gotta
sucks.
delete shit, but
My problem with digital is that it's just not a sure thing. If you go to the next system, are they going to bring that game onto that system? Will you be able to download your old PSN games from the PlayStation 3 onto the PS4?
That needs to
Which
happen.
is absolutely fucking ridiculous that you can't.
well,
Yeah.
just use your PS3.
Assuming that 10 years from now, the PS3 is still working. and
The
it's
store
not.
will work, I'm sure.
Maybe.
Maybe, maybe not.
They did take away the support for the PSP.
Yeah, but the PSP failed.
The PSV did not fail.
The PSP didn't fail.
Okay,
PS
maybe
Vita
not
failed.
The Vita, sorry.
yeah, that
the
internet
PSP is old,
that internet support stuff eventually goes away.
I mean, PSP is old, yeah, but
Always.
it's still...
and I can still download my bought games from the PlayStation Network. So I don't care about anything else. That's all I need.
I care.
Oh, whatever.
If they don't move things forward with the new systems, that's when I have a problem.
Oh yeah, I'll have a
Yeah,
problem
that's-
if I can't download my game.
Like what if they took down the Wii Store, which I'm sure they will soon. They already took down a shitload of things for the Wii Store. Luckily, the game you can still buy games on there.
Yeah.
What if they took that down? We had to play that Crystal Chronicle game, and it's just not there.
That'd be pretty bad.
Yeah,
But
doesn't exist because they didn't move it over to the Wii U, and it's just its own thing.
yeah, that would be
And
rough.
it just dies in its digital format. Steam is kind of different because Steam moves with whatever system you have. But with system-specific digital stuff, it's not a safe bet.
no, not necessarily.
Yeah, they're not making everything as available as they should. and
But
that
if you have
really
a physical
pisses me
copy,
off.
eventually there'll be a Retron 16, and you'll be able to play whatever it was.
Yeah.
Well, what I would do, or what I do is, if it's a game that I really want and know I will enjoy, like Diablo 3 or like Final Fantasy 7, I will fucking have the copy, like the physical copy, and then for like everything else, I'll buy the digital if it's cheaper.
You know, I'm kind of the opposite in some ways. I'd rather buy the digital on one that I know I'm going to keep playing. Like Far Cry Primal, I bought that and then I sold it for like $40.
Well,
I spent $20 on the
yeah.
game. Like that's a great
I
thing.
still buy CDs, so fuck it.
I still do too. I don't really want an iPod or anything, so I don't use that kind of shit very often. Plus, I like to listen to full albums. I like to experience the whole thing, which is a weird concept to a lot of people our age. It's like, I don't buy CDs because I only want like one or two songs.
You
I'm
only
like,
want
yeah.
that one annoying
The whole point is to discover
song
more
that's on the
music.
radio. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the point of it. Let's see, he's got a second portion here. Do you think that I prefer physical copies of the game because of my age? Or do you think it is something psychological that makes me want to hold something in my hands when I spend money on it? That's a good point.
Probably both.
Being able to hold it, having it like manifest some physical form does help
Yeah,
because
knowing
you know
it's
it's
there,
yours. Yeah.
knowing it'll work.
Yeah, it'll work as long as it's not scratched to hell or, we don't get an EMP bomb going off and cutting all electronics, in which case neither of them are good unless you have a generator. So I don't know. That's one of the things that Dwayne's always like, well, if it's like super bad, then no one will get to play anything. It's because the consoles, if like we don't have electricity. I'm like, yeah, but
Sorry, so you could just going off on.
not worried about that.
Okay,
I'm like,
I
if
was
that's the
like-
case, we're not going to be talking about video games. We're going to be talking about food.
Yeah,
But no,
food and shelter.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know if it's the age thing. It might be. It's just a foreign thing to adopt. But I think it's probably more along the lines of you want to hold it. It's like physical. You did pay money. You worked for the money, and you want to have the item in your possession.
See, for me, it's about having it for forever, basically. So
Yeah, that's something that I like about the physical, but then sometimes like those digital games get super fucking cheap.
Yeah,
Like way cheaper than the physical
they
copy
also
ever gets.
They also
So
don't
it's like,
get scratched. Don't get damaged. An MP3
Yeah.
file will never
that's a good point.
have a skip on it, but a CD will after a while. So unless the file's like fucked up. But
Every time you copy a file, it loses information.
yeah.
That's true.
So Shidwer says he prefers physical unless it's too hard to find or too expensive. Then he goes digital. Chocobo Chica's right there with him. In her entire life, she's only bought maybe 4 digital games versus hundreds of physical ones. Kind of like I'd rather go to GameStop and browse for a game than go to an online store or go to a bookstore rather
Yep.
than a website. I agree.
Hey, I enjoy browsing, so that's something I do.
Then I feel bad if I don't buy it there. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. I don't know. I like buying it on Amazon to get a small chunk back. Oh, man. Okay, here's one. The topic is the piracy discussion. Ooh, this is going to be juicy. This is always a fun one. This is
we
from
already did this
Winter
one, too.
9.
God, why do we have to just start off the show with like a super controversial subject?
Started listening to Nude Clan last night in addition to Ultimate FF. I appreciate how you take on taboo questions like this. You ask for opinions, and even though the episode is old, here's mine. I love all type of RPGs. I play them almost exclusively. I play from all different eras, but I love SNES era the most. And I mostly love them on my handhelds. My iPod is my favorite gaming device, but I can also play PSP Vita when I get it for FF10, and my 3DS. I'm one of the few that will actually buy a new 3DS almost exclusively for Earthbound. Of course, I would love for them to release others too, and I will also play Xenoblade, but that is the main reason for me to get it. Call it a fetish if you want, LOL.
Ooh.
I don't play as much on the TV as I used to when I lived alone. My boyfriend doesn't really like handheld gaming, and I prefer it. That way, I will always choose it if I can, to be able to play together. Problem with me loving the SNES era more than anything is that we just got a fraction of the games that came out. The rest, Japanese. I'm not going to wait till maybe Square decided to release and translate Treasure of the Rudras, Bahamut Lagoon, Seiken Densetsu 3, all those. Unfortunately, What a Girl in Norway wishes for doesn't say a lot on the market. But I'm over the moon over them actually deciding to release Romancing Saga 2. It gives me hope for the other obscure ones, and I will buy it first day. I won't hold my breath for the others, though. If they release them, I will buy, even though I might have played them. Even if I didn't like them, I'll still buy them just to show that there's still interest for the damn things. Until then, I find it okay for me to play them on my Android. Okay, this is all okay. I also think it's okay for me, for example, after buying 2, soon 3 versions of FF6, to play the fan-restored Game Boy Advance version if I want to. Or if I wanted to see what the first FF was like in its original form, I will do that after buying it 3 times already. So I guess my take on it is, if you leave them your money anyway, it's okay. And if they don't provide products in a way you can play and enjoy them, then it's okay. And I also find it quite okay to play older games since they don't actually get money from them anymore. I don't get why you would emulate a new game anyway, since there's just something about having the real thing. But
It also always works better.
Yeah, it does. For
Developers
SNES
don't
games,
troll you.
I have and will continue to pay my share, buying on Wii, buying them again on new 3DS, buying for every handheld, so I'm okay with playing those. Interesting discussion theme. It's so common now, people don't even really think about it. I think music industry has done the only sensible thing with Spotify, though. iTunes is great, too. Makes it easy. No one, at least not us, has the money to pay for every place where the TV shows you watch is. I don't really get that. And no one wants to see it a year or so after anyway, which I do, and I don't care. Which is what our crappy Netflix gets us. Sometimes much worse than that, too. So wondering if this will be for the future as well, or if they'll follow the route of the music industry. What do we think as far as games?
It might be different in Norway, and I think there might be less games available on that part of the world. Now, the Japanese games that she's talking about, I don't think are available here. But when it comes to TV, it's like, you can get a hold of these TV shows. At least I can. It's like, I can just
you don't
get
have to.
HBO Now, like 1 month of HBO Now, and watch all the shows I want and be done with all my HBO stuff. But I don't know how it is in Norway, once again. Now, I am okay. Now, first off, I want to put this out there. I think stealing is morally wrong.
Yeah.
How about that? How about that just be the reason that it's not okay to steal? It's it's okay to steal a game because it's expensive. How about it's just wrong to steal?
Yeah.
Can we just accept, as a society, can we just recognize that stealing is not okay? Unless you're starving and you need food. like actually starving and need food. I
Yeah,
don't know.
well, we went over this in our episode. You know that we believed that it was fine if you had already paid for the game, or if the game was definitely not available to you, like whatsoever. Like you had no way to
Right.
get it. Like and then that's fine. Yeah,
if the company does not
they don't make money off of the old ones.
put
you
out the
can't
game
get
in your
it.
region, I don't give a
Well,
shit.
you got to realize though, is with the company not making money off of it, that's not a good argument either. Because if the game's not in production anymore, they're not making money on it. That doesn't mean it's not. You can't get a hold of it. That just means you're. So, like, is it
Well-
okay for me to steal Final Fantasy? I don't know, 12 right now.
You own
It's not
12.
being made. It doesn't matter. They're not making money. You know what? Copy.
They're remastering it.
They are, and I can get the remastered. But if Joe were to go buy Final Fantasy 12 right now from a used game store, guess how much money Square Enix gets from that?
Nothing.
Nothing. Not a
used
fucking
game
dime.
store gets
Exactly.
money.
Well,
Used
but
game
that's-
store does, but they didn't make the game. We're not supporting the people who made the game by buying a used.
We're supporting
copy.
the
Well,
game
that's
store,
exactly what
Right.
we said, though. We were like,
which is part of the game economy.
It is part of the game economy, but it is not supporting the original people, which is the biggest argument
I understand.
for it.
yeah.
Because Square Enix, they don't give a fuck if that game store makes money. They want to make money. It's their game. It's not the game store's game.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with what I'm saying, but that is a valid point to where they're not going to make money off of 12 anymore. They didn't make the game. It's done.
Like, as we said in the episode, we all had our piracy time. I haven't pirated a game in forever.
Neither have I.
You lie. You downloaded that fucking thing the other day on my computer to try to get a hold of your old Alien
No,
game.
you have to buy it. I wasn't able to do it.
Oh, well, you tried.
I thought it was free.
You're
I thought it was free.
trying.
There's some DOS games that are like the company's not around anymore, but the game still exists online, so you can just download the game.
Yeah, well, that's different.
In which case, sure.
Just
No
download it.
one's taking it down, but when it comes to like ROMs and shit, it's like
Yeah.
But fan translations, whatever. If you already bought the game, I guess it doesn't really matter that much. I don't care if you pirate if you already bought it.
Yeah, no, that's like...
I think I've said that before, but and people who are obsessed with Japanese anime or whatever, fucking hate the word anime. People who are obsessed with the Japanese cartoon television shows, and they can't get a hold of them here unless the used DVD set that I have over there of Neon Genesis Evangelion. If they want to buy it used for $200, they can.
How do you have it?
I bought it at $25 in a real store
FYE, I imagine.
at FYE when it was closing down in Orem.
Nice.
Nice.
So
I loved the Orem FYE.
yeah, it
a
was
good one.
so much nicer.
So much more used.
Yeah, there was a lot
So
of
much more used.
Their new stuff is $20 like every fucking time.
There is kind of like a price amount that's like
Yeah.
that's too much. Like if like a PlayStation 2 costs you $50 and then like another $50 for FF12, which doesn't. But let's say that were the thing, not worth it. I would
Yeah.
steal it. But you gotta. Yeah.
You want me to read the person's big
Still
comment?
not okay, but
Well, what if a game is something that you want, but it's not translated? Like,
that's fine.
yeah.
The game company chose not to bring it over here,
Yeah, it's
and
fucking
frankly,
gay.
it's like, well, I'm gonna play it, and you could have gotten my money, but instead you
fucked up.
you done fucked
I
up.
don't know if that necessarily makes it okay either, but it's more okay.
Well, dude, everything needs to be made available to everybody
Why?
because
It's just not for you. Can't you accept that? You fucking thief. No, it
I'm
is
not
more
necessarily saying that I do that,
understandable.
but like, yeah, like
that doesn't
why
make it right.
why
I'm
would
not-
you not make it available to somebody? Why not toss it up
There's
onto
no
the
market for it.
Why not?
They made a marketing decision to not release it in North America.
Why
because
not
they
take
didn't-
like a week to make it available on like the PlayStation Store
It's too
or
late.
somewhere else?
It was years
to make
ago.
it available to everybody.
What if the market's not there? You have to realize it costs money to do these things.
Yeah.
You have to be able to make a return on the investment.
I'm sure they would. Look at how many people are
You
willing
sure?
to fucking pirate that
They
shit.
already have it though. The ones that pirated it, they're not going to just.
How much
buy
money
it.
is it really going to take to make it so you can
I don't
download
know.
it onto the
So you
on
download it
PlayStation
onto
Store
Steam?
or on Steam?
That's not our decision
To add it
to-
to Steam, would it really be that much money? Like
Does it
honestly,
matter? Does that mean you should
if it
steal
only
it
took you
instead,
if
though?
it only took you a week of time, you
It
didn't
wouldn't
have to
take-
pay.
It would not take you a week of time to localize it.
If it's my
No, not
game
to localize
and I
it,
don't
but-
want to put the money, I don't want to spend the money to release it on Steam, that doesn't mean you should steal it from me.
No,
That means I can't
But if
afford
it's
to put it up.
available, then why not?
I don't think anybody cares that people pirate stuff in China. I think they're like, oh, our stuff's actually
Everybody's
getting over there
pirating
into
shit
China.
in China.
Because there's something about, China not being available in many ways to the West. And so, like, if a game or something gets over there, it's cool. Even
Yeah,
though
that's a
it's
totally
illegal.
different situation,
But
though.
I think...
It's suppression.
Yeah, there's
of
something
personal
about it where,
liberties.
well, it's the suppression of why can't I have what's the game before Earthbound? There was a prequel.
Oh fuck, Mother.
Mother, yeah.
I think.
I can't have Mother. But I really want to play Mother, and it's like, well, I can learn Japanese. It'll take me about 2 years to get adequate at it, right? And I gotta be practicing with native speakers, hourly, like an hour a day or something like that. And then someday I'll be able to play Mother, and I'll buy a Japanese NES, and I'll get the cartridge from Japan, and it'll be great. Or you can just download a fan translation of the game, and then if ever Square Enix releases a official version over here, you just buy it.
Yeah, but you won't.
I have bought everything, even that. Well,
No, you haven't.
I pirated FF5 originally. I bought FF5 later. Same with
Didn't
FF4.
buy Windows.
Have not bought Windows yet.
You've had it for years.
You are right about the Windows thing. You have to bring that up every single fucking time.
I
too.
do, because you give me counter arguments that fail in the light of Windows 7.
No.
Light of Windows.
No, just because I am a hypocrite does not mean I am wrong.
It does.
No, it
If you
doesn't.
say I will. If you give an example saying if it is available, people will buy it. No, they won't. If they've already stole it, why would they buy it? I don't know, man. It's still stealing, even if it's not available.
Well, I know, but if they had it somewhere accessible, then nobody would not as many people would steal it.
Right, but why do it now when so many people have already stolen it? You can't blame them for people stealing from them. That's ridiculous. Absolutely absurd.
Well, if the reason that they're stealing it is that they didn't make it available, then what the fuck?
As I've said before, I wish to prove you wrong with the Windows thing and buy it eventually.
You're gonna spend $100 on Windows?
Yes, I'm going to have to spend $100
God,
on Windows.
Microsoft, make it not $100. Holy shit.
It is kind of like the big
Windows
hub for your
7
entire computer.
Well, yeah,
And if a
but
game
fucking,
costs
if
60
Windows 7 and Windows 10 are the same price, what the fuck?
Yeah, Windows 7 just turns into Windows 10.
Yeah, you can
Well,
upgrade
until
for free.
actually, no, it doesn't. Not anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they stopped doing the free thing as of yesterday.
Then Windows 10 it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you'll never have paid for Windows 7.
I lost my job.
Valid
I was going to
point.
do it this summer.
No, I still thinking about it. It's like that doesn't make it okay to do it just because it's not available here. It's their choice to make it available where they want.
I think, well...
You could get a region locked PS2,
You're right.
and you can get the Japanese, and you can learn the language, and then it could be yours.
That'd be too much work for a fucking
Then you don't
game.
get
now.
it. That's just fucking how it is. I want a fucking Lamborghini, but I don't want to work for it, so I don't fucking get one. I could just go steal it and be like, well, if you would have made it more readily available for my income bracket, I would have got one, but I'm going to steal it instead because I can't afford it. That's horse shit.
Okay, all right. Logically, you're right. It doesn't work.
No.
Okay, but we all know with our human flaws and our human wants
It's gonna happen.
that it's gonna happen. However, if it were legal here, I would definitely buy it. And I've said I would make that exception every single time.
Yeah, no, and there's certain series where I
wouldn't.
Under-
I didn't pirate Doom, and that cost me fucking $60.
yeah, well,
So
you couldn't have played it on anything you had anyway.
and if you didn't give me a Windows disc, I would have bought Windows.
Would you have?
I would have. I wouldn't have looked for a pirated copy
He didn't
'cause I'm
know
not-
one existed.
because I'm not a looker for a pirated copy type of guy.
Yeah.
So
Plus, those pirated copies are really shady.
Yeah, including the one that we have.
Yeah.
Literally, the screen is just black. It's super.
Well, I don't have that anymore.
It's ultimate shade.
So I don't know.
Not a pirate.
I don't know. But as far as the TV shows go, that sucks. If you really can't get a hold of TV, like there's fucking Hulu and there's.
Well,
I know
Netflix can't get Hulu.
Netflix is always behind.
Which is sad.
Yeah.
Hulu is always right on top of things.
Let's see what this other listener
I don't
said.
think Hulu is available outside US.
This is from Felicia
Yeah.
Nomiko.
Oh, shit. That sucks.
Yeah.
She said, jumping on this since I just listened to myself and this is the topic I see on the issue. I have two criteria for pirating, accessibility and price. As the guys mentioned, back in high school, I graduated in 98 for reference. My group of friends did a fair bit of game pirating. One of us would buy the game and a few copies would be made for those who wanted it. We are talking
I
a
know
group
all about that.
of maybe 6 of us. This mostly happened with imports, which were really pricey and hard to get. Things like Bust a Move, Beastmania, DDR, and others, many of which did not end up crossing the pond. I have legit copies of many of these now, but many more never made the jump, and there was no other way to get them. That covers accessibility. As for price, there are things I still pirate, and my line is this. If I could not get it for free, would I be willing to buy it? If yes, then I buy it. If no, then I might pirate it if it's easy to get. I haven't pirated a video game since the PS1. I did some emulation when I was working at a call center and just couldn't bring my old NES, but other than that, I went without. Even now, I mainly either buy used or go without. There aren't a lot of games I'm willing to buy for $60. I am willing to wait for a used copy of most games, and that's what I do.
Yep.
The used market makes it easy to access and offers the games at a reasonable price. That's a pretty good approach. The game's still going to be a good game in 2 years. Like, it won't look as great. It won't be as, oh my God, it's the best looking game I've ever fucking seen. But it will be a good game. That's not going to go away. That's reasonable enough. I did a lot of music pirating back in the day, but now that I can buy a song for 99 cents, I do that because it's easy and the price is reasonable. It was not when you had to buy a whole CD for the one song you liked, making that one song cost $12 to $15. The price was unacceptable. My main justification for this view is
never
that
buy a CD for one song.
I have,
Go without.
but I know
I would
it's
just assume that the album's good, I guess.
Yeah, I would just listen to the
The
album.
answer to that, I just listened to it on YouTube.
Usually
if I wanted
there's
to
like
listen
2
to
or
it.
3 songs. On an album.
Hopefully. My main justification for this view is that companies refuse to change when technology changes and have to be forced to be competitive. iTunes would not exist if Napster hadn't happened. The music industry was actually trying to ban the technology itself rather than adjust how they do business. Pirating went way up when the price for the product was higher than people were willing to pay, and an easy alternative was found. Now it's more convenient to pay 99 cents and tap a screen than to pirate a song. Hence, pirating has gone back to base levels in the music industry, and the crisis is over. There's always a segment of the population that will work harder to steal something than to pay for it. Irony abounds, but it's only because a crisis was caused in the first place. As morally wrong as it might be, sometimes it's the only way for things to change. Change must come, and there is a problem when some people refuse to allow change for everyone else for their own selfish reasons. Congress, this will always cause a backlash. Not always. Some people just fucking eat it up.
Well, I'm not trying to argue for the companies. I'm trying to argue the pirator against that. And it's not so much the companies. Yeah, the companies should, in order to thwart those who have a certain price line for their piracy, and frankly, like, I wouldn't want to spend $20 on a CD, sure.
Yeah.
But I am willing to spend 11.
Yeah, and that's about what it is now. It did get a little crazy for a little while, I guess, but
Even then, I think And Justice for All is worth $50, right?
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, who are we to say what their art is worth? Who are we to put a price tag on something they created? We didn't do the work for And Justice for All. We didn't do the work for, the Final Fantasy Unlimited. Thank God. We're just buying it. And if we don't want to pay what they're asking for, then we don't get it. I don't know.
See, now you're going into some territory that doesn't really make sense.
How does it not make sense?
Okay, because what you just said was who are we to determine what their art is worth?
Yeah.
We are the consumers,
We
the
are the
ones who
ones who
judge what art is. Therefore, we do determine what we should pay for the art,
Based
not
on what we
necessarily
buy.
who the ones created should decide what it is.
So if nobody buys
Even
a
though they
CD
do.
for $20, but someone's willing to buy a CD for $5,
then they drop it
then
down.
they have
They
to
do,
drop it
yeah.
down.
Yeah.
It's a mixture of the two, but we can't just say that it's overpriced, so I'm going to steal it. Like, oh, you should.
No,
you
that
did it
is
to
that is a
yourself.
terrible way to look at it. Yeah, but it's yeah.
All right. Right now, we are seeing this play out in the publishing world with ebooks. The pirating is rampant, and it's no wonder when an ebook costs as much or more than a hardback book at the store. Yeah, Nook, you're a fucking waste. Don't buy a Nook. They're shit. I swear to God.
Kindle, baby.
Nooks,
Yeah,
the book
Kindle.
prices are the fucking same as
There's
they
a-
are in the store.
There's a fucking Kindle and Nook app, guys. Just fucking get it on your phone. You don't need to buy either one.
It's ludicrous. Oh, Kindles are really cheap.
Kindles
Well,
are nice,
Kindles are
too.
cheap. I did actually just buy one like yours,
the
your
paper
Fire,
ones are amazing.
for like $50 on Amazon.
Yeah,
that is fucking cheap.
That's a little different. That's a tablet, but
Yeah, it's a tablet, but you could still use it for reading.
yeah, but the screen. It's not,
the
it's,
Kindle Paperwhite's the way to fucking
It's
go.
the way the
Yes.
screen reacts with your brain. It like keeps you awake longer. It's just like a computer monitor.
That's true.
And the Kindle that Joe has, it doesn't do that. It's like paper.
Yeah, I have one of those.
So
I've never. Hold on, let me think. I've never pirated a book ever.
I think I have one that's kind of shady. I don't know. Like Liz's family used to buy a bunch of books, and I had like copies of some of theirs on mine that they put on.
So they might have.
They
I've
might
never
have.
pirated a book. Have you ever pirated a book?
I don't.
I've borrowed
I
a
don't
book from a
think so.
library, which, by the way, is free.
Yeah.
Pirated a book.
Yeah, you did.
When did I pirate a book?
You pirated the language things for
Language thing.
when you went to UVU. You downloaded.
That's not a
you
book.
took the language learning stuff.
The
and then
Pimsleur. That's not
Yeah,
a
the
book,
Pimsleur.
though. That's a listening
That's not
program.
a book, but
That's a mega CD that costs a lot of money.
all right,
Yeah, but that's
Caleb.
That's a
You
learning.
are right.
You understand though that it's somewhat like a dictionary.
It is not
Oh,
at all.
I'd say it's a very heavy learning audio experience. Those things are expensive as hell, though.
Yeah, I would keep renting it from UVU if I could.
Yeah.
No, you're right. That is something I pirated big time. I stole that shit.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, I didn't pirate my textbook. Like I thought you were talking about like my textbook. I'm like,
No, it's that's what I meant.
It's like, okay. Yeah, but that's not a fucking book.
No,
Still
it's not.
haven't pirated a book. There's no
job.
book version of that at all.
Okay.
All right.
Well, there you go.
Until the publishers put reasonable prices on digital books, pirating will continue, and I think it should. It's most telling when authors who publish their own work charge half to a quarter what a publisher would charge, and the price fixing
Because
between
they have low
publishers.
self-esteem.
Yeah, it's because publishers can actually put the stuff out.
Well, publishers need to have a premium on their stuff.
Yeah,
so
what you have
publishers
to
can get
realize is they have to pay for printing all of these copies.
Well, yeah, they have to pay for
have to
them,
make money.
and then they have the ability to market, which
Yeah, which the author
authors
fucking doesn't.
don't and wouldn't. So that's why it's a lot less.
Even big ass authors have publishers.
Yeah.
George R. R. Martin, Tolkien, everybody, they all have publishers. They're all limited to what their publishers
Yeah,
can do.
you can-
they can't
you can-
fucking go out and
You
just
can
print
literally
1 million
write a
copies.
book and then put it on the Amazon Kindle store
And
for
even
like
if you-
$1.
Even if you did go out and print 1 million copies, you have to ship those fuckers all around the country. You'd have
Yeah.
to work out who buys them. You'd have to do all of that. It would
Actually-
take you years to do.
There's a great service called CreateSpace.
Exactly. That they're the publisher. CreateSpace publishes it. They release it. They make sure it's all out there, and you got the avenues people can find
Yeah.
it. To self-publish,
But you do have to cover their costs on top of whatever price that you decide to put
right.
on.
Yeah, same idea behind that. Let's see. So publishers, the author, they
Usually the Kindle version's like $2 cheaper. Or
honestly,
something like
a
that.
lot of authors, I wouldn't trust their business sense anyway. They're authors. They're not fucking accountants. They don't know how to make money. They just know how to write. Some of them probably do. I'm not saying all authors can't, but
Well, if they've been in the business a while, they probably know.
they at least know how to write. That doesn't mean they know how to market and go work out accounts and go talk to distributors and like get their book in stores. Like that's a big fucking
Maybe
job.
they do. Maybe
If
they know
they did,
if
then
that's
why
what how they started.
Well, maybe it's just the publishing is easier. Going to a publishing house. Let's see. And the price fixing between publishers is corruption of the highest order by economic standards. Piracy is needed in this instance to force the publishers to set fair prices and exercise ethical business practices. When piracy is the only viable
Let's
form,
fight bad ethics with bad ethics.
Yeah, basically.
Or let's fight bad ethics with bad morals.
When piracy is
Let's do it, Caleb.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's rule the world.
When it's the only viable form of competition, it is a healthy expression of economic force on the market. And I say that as a fellow author. Yes, I want to get paid for my work, but I also want to treat my customers with the respect they deserve and not try to cheat them out of their money. Okay, that's fair. But just because you think that doesn't mean everyone else does, though. You got to realize that. Same thing with the people who were the one guy who got back to us and was justifying piracy. Like, oh, some publishing places, they love it. It's like, yeah, they can love it and they can hand it out for free, but that doesn't mean every single instance has to love it.
Yeah.
You know, Oprah is not the standing person for African Americans. You know, the president's not the voice for the black community. I'm not the voice for German Irish community. I'm me. They're them.
They're German
People
Irish
can be
community.
different.
I don't know.
There is.
It does feel weird as a white person. You don't have a community. Like, I don't give a fuck about another white person, like
Yeah.
where they're from. Like,
But you get what I'm saying, though. Like, they're not the heads of that particular race. It's not like, oh, well, they're all crappy because she gives shit away and then writes it off later. It's
yeah,
like,
or to assume that Bernie Sanders is the ultimate Democrat. Let's say that.
yeah, like it's you can't.
Or that Trump represents Republicans. That's
Yeah, he doesn't
another
represent
dumb thing.
anybody but him, honestly. But yeah.
Getting political.
So price enters into it. As Caleb mentioned, Windows 7 for $100+ these days is insane. It is. Pirating is too easy, and if it wasn't an option, I still wouldn't buy Windows. I'd have Linux. Well, I want to play games, so I'm not getting Linux.
Yeah.
Which will be my next OS because hell no, Windows 10.
Well, at least until the Steam OS is real.
Yeah, I might go for that one, yeah.
So, something dumb that I saw online, and it pissed me the fuck off because they played that fucking "We Are Young" song. That
Oh
I
my
hate.
God.
I
Yeah, I
hate,
hate that song, too.
We are young. I want to kill that song. But not only was that in the background, it was a protest against the fact that you have to be 35 in order to run for president. It was like, let's sign a petition to stop the 35-year-old limit. And I'm like, that's the stupidest fucking thing I have ever seen. Not only was it the stupidest protest I have ever seen, but it was also the world's worst fucking song that I've heard in the last 10 years was in the background of it. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate everybody that I see at school. I hate them all. I hate all their goddamn PC bullshit that I have to live with every motherfucking day of my life. God!
You're not even in school right now.
Oh, I hate these people. I hate these blowhardy. We're young. We are the world. We are the winners.
Nobody's gonna fucking vote
Let's
for an
all have-
inexperienced 20-year-old.
What the fuck is wrong with these people? I would not. None of us in this room should be president. None of us.
No.
In this
Hey
room.
now, hey.
Not even you, Caleb.
Easy.
And it's so fucking stupid. So stupid. Oh.
I would bring prosperity.
So speaking of stupid things, like
PC, bro.
UPC, bro. Speaking of stupid things, like I don't know, fighting bad ethics with bad morals. How about the fucking stupidest thing of all? I mean, we already have bad nominees for president. They're both fucking terrible.
Yeah.
We already have bad nominees for presidents right now. That is fucking garbage nominees for president, and they are still better than anybody who would be 18 and running for president. Let's be clear here. No.
Yeah.
Let us not do that.
Well, I mean, that's only if you look at the two parties. Like it's
Yeah. I'm also
Which
voting for a
most
third
people
party candidate.
most people do, but
Because they don't really know.
most people are dumb. So
Oh God.
only our audience and us.
Ooh, I hated it. It was like seething and just that texture that I just fucking
texture?
hate.
Coconut?
The
The milky coconut garbage before me. The liver, the shit smear of the liver cooked. The
chewy
far
heart.
too long.
Oh, it's the microaggressions, RUPC bro, the fucking hipster genes. They're all together in this fucking wad of shit. This wad of shit that I have to see on the internet with my stupid fucking Facebook friends. God!
Why are
I'm
you friends with
sensing
them,
some
then?
hostility.
Oh yeah, you're sensing some hostility. I'm glad. Oh, it's in a microaggression.
Caleb, you need to go
perhaps?
find a safe place.
Yeah, let's all find a fucking safe place too.
I'm offended by this. I must leave now.
Oh, are you offended? I'm sorry.
Are you?
No.
No, because you know what the worst type of apology is? A forced apology. It's not an apology if it's a forced apology. You remember when that Jonah Hill, where he called the photographer, who's a piece of shit, by the way, and then he said, "Suck my dick, faggot." And he had to apologize because society said to him, apologize to that terrible photographer who you called an indecent name to. And you called me fag last week, so we're getting into this category here. But fucking a forced apology. You know Jonah Hill doesn't feel sorry about that. But we, as this PC bullshit group that we are, have decided to make him apologize.
Well, we can't
like
make him
that's
do.
gonna do anything.
We can't make him do anything, but that's the weird part. Is it doesn't even involve us. We didn't say it. It wasn't said to us. Why do we care what they
I don't know.
what they do?
The world needs to be more apathetic. All right, guys?
Yes.
Just fucking don't care, and it won't affect you.
Yeah, that's how it is for me. Yeah.
I fucking love apathy, you guys.
I don't ever really get
Everybody should. Oh, or that motherfucker who watched that South Park episode. I read a review of one of the new South Park episodes, the last season.
Oh, fucking fantastic
and
season.
the dude. Oh, it was the one where they stopped saying the word retard, right?
Oh my god, I love that one.
And the dude did not get the episode. He did not get the meaning behind the episode at all. And he was like, well, it was kind of like, South Park really... I'm glad what they're doing with South Park because they really should move on from using such words. And I'm like, do you not get it? Do you not get the PC principle? Do you not get what this is making fun of?
whole season just over your head.
Are you fucking retarded? Because you would... What is wrong with you?
Dude, the new season of fucking South Park is gospel, you guys.
God, it's amazing. First off, it's amazing. Second off, it is right about every single motherfucking thing in this society right now.
Yeah.
This post-Bush era hyper hippie bullshit nonsense crap that we have to deal with. I am so fucking sick of my generation sucks ass. They're terrible.
Yeah.
They're almost as bad as my grandmother's generation, who were perhaps the worst American generation ever. So, sorry, I'm sorry, I had to say that. I know it's a fucking video game podcast, but this is good. I'm sick of this shit.
Well, what sets you off here?
I'm sick of this PC bullshit. There's been comments on the forums where I've been like, really? It's just like the offense over little things, The offense over little things thing.
Oh yeah,
that's what I hate. I just hate it, and it just crawls at my skin. Or I'm like,
yeah. I don't ever get offended. I
There
just
are
get
real
mad.
problems.
I just
Yeah,
get
just-
mad at people.
Yeah, just fucking ignore it.
I don't know about ignore it. Fight it.
Fight it.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do, Caleb, by ignoring it to the sense where they're trying to make it not happen. The safe spaces. That's going to ignoring it to the extreme.
Yeah, and then we get people that are super offended by things. They're
don't
like,
care.
"Oh, I don't agree with you, so I'm going to block you." It's like, yeah, that because that's a good approach to take in life. Be like, you know what? I'm only going to be around people that I believe in the same
only
thing.
what you want to hear, and knowing only what you've heard.
Yeah, because that's a safe. That's a safe way to live. With a bunch of people that think the exact same way. That's a great way. You'll progress. You'll get all this shit done.
Yeah. You'll expand your mind.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, you won't. You'll stay the same asshole that you've been your whole fucking life. I hate it when I see that. Like people who get into fights over gun laws and stuff on Facebook, and they're like, "Oh, I blocked him. Yeah, he brought my work into it." I was like, he asked you how work was going. You disagreed with him and you blocked him on your Facebook because you disagreed with him, and you were getting heated because you're too stupid to have a cognitive, civilized conversation on this very deep and many-threaded problem.
Thing. Yeah.
It's not a yes and no situation, and you wanted to make it that way. And you're a fucking moron. You are an idiot, and I...
Oh, fuck. This is reminding me of a Twitter conversation I had on Chocobo Chica's thing. Did you see that?
I had no
Okay, so Chocobo Chica put out a post about how conservatives view women, and I was just like, oh, yeah, that's the joke. But, like... And I started to, defend some people, because, we're from Utah.
Yeah.
And though... You and I are more libertarian in our views, and sometimes we don't agree. One of us is more liberal than the other.
Yeah.
We're not going to say who it is so that, we can...
Yeah.
So one of us is more conservative than the other.
I don't know if that's necessarily what it means.
Yeah, that is what it means. Anyway.
No, it's not.
Regardless.
Black and white Joe. No gray.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's got to be one or the other.
All right, all right. Now we're
the world he believes in.
Now we're in somewhere else. Anyway,
all right.
So most of my friends are conservative.
Yeah.
And by the way,
to the extreme, some of them even.
Yeah, exactly. Most of my friends are conservative, and so I'm used to the conservative viewpoint around me. And once again, I'm more libertarian.
It's something we know very well, and it's not necessarily even fiscally. It's like. Socially is what it is.
Yeah.
More than anything, they're not fiscally conservative at all. Look at our fucking army. So don't mix that shit up. Not with us. No. So anyway, go on.
Yeah. So they use their. So she had this meme thing, and it was fine. Whatever. It's Twitter, so who the fuck cares?
All right.
And then I was just kind of starting to sort of defend people in my life who are well educated and who hold conservative views.
All right.
And so I was like, you know what? They aren't a bunch of fucking people in the middle of buttfuck Georgia. They're not
Georgia listeners.
Yeah. They're not like these super religious. Well, some of them are. They're not these super religious scary people who will ostracize you because of how you think.
Yeah.
Utah is a very nice place to live in. Frankly, it's a very nice place to live in.
Yeah, and the ostracizing is pretty low key.
And so I just put, I just got to defend my conservative friends or whatever. And then I got this comment from some other motherfucker on the thing. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna find this fucking conversation because I'm sick of this.
All right.
So let's move on to the next question, then I'll bring this up in a second.
Okay. Let's see. This one's fun. Best live action video game movie. What live action video game movie do you think is the best? I think Silent Hill is the best. This is from Shinru, by the way. Live action video game movie. Not only does it follow the games well enough, but the movie is a great horror film as well. It creates a little bit high, but whatever. Some honorable mentions of live action video game movies I thought were okay, even though cheesy are Mortal Kombat, Wing Commander, Dead or Alive, Hitman, oh Jesus, Like a Dragon, Postal and Resident Evil 1 movie, and the fourth movie, Mindless Zombie Action. Very accurate. I also have a question. Will you only be reviewing live action video game movies for the podcast,
yes,
or will you be watching animated CG movies based on video games too, like the animated CG Tekken, Resident Evil, Angry Birds, etc.? For now, yes. When we kick Joe out, maybe we'll get into other stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, eventually, I want to do movie reviews for a long time.
I did. I answered that one, and I said, for right now, we are only doing the live action ones, but who knows what the future holds. We'll probably go into them more.
We're going to do live action until there's no more live action, which is going to take a while because studios have this moron idea implanted in their fucking minds that they make money, and they don't.
Especially with
we have
like a
an
bunch
8-week rotation. That's That's why it's going to take forever.
And
Or
then like
more than 8 weeks.
there's new ones coming out.
Yeah,
Fucking
that's-
Warcraft, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, man,
They're still
yeah,
working on an
it's
Uncharted
happening.
movie.
It's that one could be
They're
cool.
all
That one's just going to be Indiana Jones, honestly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's see. What do you guys think? Yeah, the best one you've seen.
The best one. Well, they're all shit, but I think the best one is probably Tomb Raider.
I was going to say, yeah. Tomb Raider's like, okay.
I would put Tomb Raider
From
up there,
what
too.
I remember. I mean, it has been like 10 years.
I think Tomb Raider might also be the highest rated video game movie
on Rotten Tomatoes.
It might be one or two. I'm not sure which. I
It's-
like the first Resident Evil. I thought that was an okay movie. It's cheesy.
Oh yeah, those one. There are a few live action ones for that one. Yeah.
Oh, there's a bunch. There's like 5.
Yeah.
They
I
get
forgot
worse,
about
too.
that.
They
I
get
was
worse.
like, I was only thinking about the CG ones.
Those ones are awesome.
And then I was like, oh, right. There's the ones
those
with
are both. Those
Mia,
are both. The
whatever
two
her
I've
name
seen are
is.
great. The CG ones, they're awesome. But the fucking
Yeah.
live action, like,
Yeah,
I don't know
those-
what it is. No, I do love seeing Mila Jovovich naked. That never gets old.
She gets naked in those
Oh
ones?
yeah, she gets.
God, I
naked.
need to rewatch those.
I need to get into this.
It's been a while.
Oh yeah, and there's a spot where if you pause it just right. Oh yeah.
I see. Well then,
So it's,
I have to.
wait, Under
I
the
want-
Skin?
I
Scarlett
want an
Johansson gets naked? I'm
I
watching
want-
it right now.
I want an exact hour, minute, second.
I will find it.
Yeah, don't even watch the movie.
No, I would say either of those two. Tomb Raider 2 is kind of crappy. I do like Gerard Butler. And
The
he's in
first
that,
one.
but-
The first one is definitely best, and then in like the next one that I like is the Mortal Kombat movie. The first one.
Yeah,
I mean, I know it's shitty, but it's really fun to watch for me.
It was when I watched it too, but when I watched the second one, I thought the second one was pretty bad.
No, the second
That
one.
one's kinda
The second
dumb.
one's bad, and it's not like funny bad.
They're
It's
both-
just really.
They're
bad.
both bad though. Like there's
Yeah.
no denying. Let's see what the other listener said. Trika said she agrees Silent Hill movies were really great for capturing the essence and feel of Silent Hill. Love all the games, and though I had major gripes with Pyramid Head being in the second movie, still looked amazing. I saw a Tekken 2 movie on Netflix. Anyone seen it? I still have the first Tekken movie on VHS. Cartoon one. That thing is legit. There is
have
a
seen the
brilliant
Tekken movie.
live-action Street Fighter on Netflix. Link says UK, but I assume available in the US. I thought this would be bad. but
Which
it's
Street
pretty
Fighter
good.
movie?
I don't know. To that, Shinbrew replies to Matunica, the two live-action Street Fighter movies are quite bad. He says the animated
Yeah.
one from the 90s is pretty good,
Fucking
though.
bad.
He hates the Tekken movies, too, and the animated one from the 90s are pretty good. So, animated ones, apparently everyone's okay with, even us.
The animated video game movies tend to be way better than the live action counterparts.
There is it feels more natural part of it, and then you can make it more ridiculous, and it's a cartoon, so
that's true.
it's animated, so it's like, well, okay,
Yeah. Okay.
you got your
We're going to swing back to this motherfucking subject of PC bullshit, but also this hate of conservatives, which, people feel a certain way about something. I don't think you should hate them. I don't hate socialists, besides the fact that I'm not a fucking socialist. So this is what it was that she has on here. Conservatives, I hate Muslim people. Look at that Muslim person did at Orlando LGBT bar. LGBT person goes, so does that mean you care about does that mean you care about LGBT people? And then conservatives go, no, gay people are pedophiles and transgender women are just men who want to invade women's restrooms and harass women. We need to protect women. And then women go, so does that mean you care about women? Conservatives say, shut up, feminazi. Women in the United States are not oppressed. If you want to talk about women's oppression, you should be focusing on how women in other countries are treated. Refugees say, so does that mean you care about people from other countries? And then conservatives say, stay out of our country. Why should we care about refugees when we have people here who need help? And a homeless person says, so does that mean you care about people who need help? And conservatives say, no, get a job, freeloader. Now, I agree with one of those statements.
Yeah.
The last one?
Yeah.
Oh, the last one up to, if you're not mentally deficient, go get a fucking job. So she put that up, and it's like, haha, let's all make fun of, conservative people. And I get it, because, like, there's some truth. There's
Oh yeah, there's definitely crazy people. That
but
The extremists.
yeah. So I put I put the response, and I just, for me it's a friendly argument. I'm not trying to like
no.
fucking step on someone. So I go, so you're fighting generalizations with stereotypes? That's what I put. And I thought it was a good point. And then she says, nah, I don't like Democrats either. As contradictions go, though, Republicans are flagrant. I'm surprised they don't catch fire. And then I say political parties may as well be baseball teams, which I do believe. But if we're not going to generalize, using the label conservative, if we're not going to generalize, using the label conservative as a blanket statement for summing up all right-leaning citizens is an equivalent offense, assuming that is that labeling is the offense, which is something that pisses me off, especially about this this assumption here through this fake conversation tweet thing that she put out. By the way, I don't Chocobachica, I'm not like mad at you or anything. I'm mad at the fucking other person in this goddamn chat, who I'll get to in a second. So to me, it's like, oh, so people have a problem with the stereotyping or the generalizations of LGBT people. But then
they stereotype.
the person who's stereotyping.
Yeah, that doesn't make it.
And
right.
I'm like, what the fuck? That's a gigantic hypocrisy. I mean, I was a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite in the piracy department now. So I think all people are hypocrites in some way. But like that is the worst, most let's put holes in your fucking argument thing that you can do, is say, conservatives generalize.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a minute. You just generalize conservative.
Plus,
and you don't know. I have a feeling you don't know that many.
You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of the quote from Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, where Obi-Wan was like, only Sith deal in absolutes, which is a fucking absolute.
Yeah.
When George Bush was like, "You're
God,
either
you need to
for
get
us or
laid,
against
man."
us," and then
Fuck you.
Revenge of the Sith was it's great.
Go on.
And then
Go get
Chica
some.
says, arguably, I wouldn't call Republicans conservative anymore. Both sides have become extremists.
Yeah.
I thought this was hilarious, if only because it kind of seems to be their modus operandi, which sometimes feels that way. And then I go, yeah, sometimes it feels that way. That's what I said. But I got to defend my generally well-educated and right-leaning friends and family. Because I live in Utah, and it's 77% very right-wing conservative over here.
Yeah.
And then this fucking asshole gets in the conversation, and he goes, Billadan Storm Rage, and I suggest trolling him later on, ladies and gentlemen, please God. He goes, educated right-leaning is an oxymoron. So he obviously didn't see the conversation above, besides what I just put. And then he goes, not all conservatives are racist, but all racists are conservatives.
That is not true at all.
Huge blanket statement, too.
So I'm thinking, so my left-leaning family on my dad's side, who are, from what I know, quite racist.
They're really conservative.
They are all Democrats. So they're all on the left side of what we would call our political spectrum in the United States. They're all on the left side, supposedly.
Apparently not.
So
Yeah,
let's
you're
put
wrong.
that there. Another view on this, which you may or may not agree with. I know Adam Carolla is generally libertarian or conservative in his views. And Adam Carolla had a good fucking point one day where it's like, all this stuff about what is the word where you let black people into the college, besides the fact that they may not have as good of grades. What is that?
Oh, geez, I just had it.
I just forgot the term.
Oh, my God.
Look up the term.
Affirmative action.
Affirmative action. Okay. So it's an anti-affirmative action sort of viewpoint that is, I think it's racist to treat a certain race like children. And I was like, oh, that's a good fucking point.
Yeah, the idea that someone needs help just because they are a certain color is
No,
madness.
so that's a good fucking point. That's a good point. And so that would be, okay, then it's racist to do all this other stuff. That's a way of saying you're racist. I mean, it's a viewpoint. I'm not saying it's
thinking,
right or
it's
wrong.
assuming that because they are the color they are, or they're women, or whatever, they need us to support them more than everyone else. That is a problem.
Okay, you could say that's a problem. I'm saying that's a viewpoint.
Right.
So for me, it's like
That's the viewpoint.
that's a dumbass thing. That's a dumbass statement to make, Bill. Billadan, Storm Rage. Not all conservatives are
Getting
racist,
all
but all
political.
racists are conservatives. Bullshit. And then, let's see. And I just said, you just added to the generalities. Pick and choose who to generalize. Oh, okay. I meant to say, do you pick and choose who to generalize, or is generalizing not okay? That's my question. Is generalizing not okay, or do you just pick and choose? And then Billadan shows his hand like a fucking dumbass and goes, it's okay when demo mixing shitbag dumbass Republicans. You're not allowed to hide behind defenses you don't believe in when they're needed by you. You support the right in America. You're a jackwad, asshole. End of story. That motherfucker. That is the dumbest person alive. I don't know who this Billadan Storm Rage is.
more than Kaleb?
But he is a fucking dumbass. God. Oh. He's one of them, dude. He's probably wearing the fucking hipster jeans and whining about bullshit all fucking day long, and I have to fucking deal with that motherfucker.
Careful with that mic, bro.
Well, he
That
probably,
was weeks ago on Twitter. I'm still fucking mad about that.
probably does have a job, though. I mean,
Hey,
maybe.
fuck you.
He's got you there.
Well, yeah, I'm still paying for health insurance through Obamacare, by the way. Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you. God, fucking
okay.
damn that guy. That guy's like, and then someone else put, oh yeah, way to be subtle, dude. Like someone else like down below. And I'm like, thank you for recognizing this idiot's hypocrisy.
Yeah.
How about he just put blinders on and then ram into a cement wall while he's at it? You might actually have like a good thought.
Yeah,
pop in his head.
maybe the two marbles that are rolling around on the inside will actually hit and spark something. And be like, oh, wait,
It's like,
maybe.
God damn. It wasn't I support the right. It definitely wasn't an I support the right argument. It was a hold on now with the generalizing. So let's pick it. Do we generalize or do we not generalize? That's the question
Yeah.
I'm asking. As a society, do we decide if generalizing is okay? Because if generalizing is not okay, then there can be no exception
Yeah.
to the generalizations. Logically, anyway.
Yeah, no.
We'll do
would,
it, but logically that should not be okay if you're going to assume that generalizing is not okay.
Right. It's
Now,
either.
if you
okay
assume
or
like
not.
me that generalizing is okay, then all is okay. But this guy, this fucking idiot.
I don't know if it's okay. It's not really the right thing to do, but it is something that you automatically do.
No,
now,
you do
what
it
you.
as a human being, you do it.
Right, but the problem lies when you generalize or judge, and that's the only thing you base your entire feeling on.
That man is the dumbest man.
no, yeah, no,
ever.
I'm sure. But what I'm saying is,
He's like a YouTube commenter. He's just
yeah.
down in the depths of hell.
yeah, the flakes at the bottom, fucking sediment from the drink.
Fucking shit.
No, what I'm saying though is like I don't think that judging people, that's a natural thing. You do that. That's
No,
a natural.
it's how you react to the judging.
Right,
It's more than
it's-
that. It's more complicated.
It's
than
if
that.
you are dumb enough to be like, oh, that guy's.
I mean, I just judged the shit out of that.
Like
guy.
the kid that I worked with, he wears contacts, but his contacts mess with his eyes, and he looks like he's high all the time because his eyes are red. And I was like, oh, that guy's a stoner. And I was like, whatever, I don't care. But like, if I would have just been like, no, you're a stoner no matter what, I would have never known that, hey, my fucking contact lenses don't fit my goddamn eyes, and so my eyes are all red. And like, yeah, I generalized, but I didn't base my entire relationship with that human being on the one generalization that I made in the beginning. That's when it becomes a problem, is when you judge something and you don't ever give it a real chance. But it is human nature to judge and to generalize and to fuck around and be like, oh, well,
Yeah.
that guy looks like he's going to beat the shit out
But
of
to
me.
judge those who judge.
It's dumb. Yeah, it's just as bad as
It's fucking
them.
like,
It's-
all right, if you've decided that judging is not okay,
then what are you doing?
then why
Yeah.
the fuck are you ostracizing Jonah Hill for doing something stupid?
Yeah, like, come on. It's Jonah Hill. He's a fuck.
This was like a year and a half
He's a
ago. I'm
comedian.
still pissed.
Comedians are
ass.
assholes. Remember that. They're assholes.
And
They're
comedians,
paid to be assholes.
Exactly.
whatever.
Yeah, you should just expect it.
God fucking damn it, I hate that guy.
All right,
All right, moving on.
We got another one here. The topic is mainstream media.
Oh, thanks.
Woo! Joe's on a roll. Pour some fucking
Sorry,
coals
I
on
had
that.
2 energy drinks. I think that's the thing. I'm just off my fucking rocker.
This one's from Cloud. I would be curious to hear you guys do an episode discussing the merits and demerits of mainstream game media. I hear many allegations that it is quite corrupt in terms of major vendors giving amazing reviews due to corporate pressure/bribes. Thoughts?
Are we sure about that?
Game Informer does seem pretty corrupt.
Well, Game Informer.
And you got to realize Game Informer is a magazine made by GameStop, a large distributor of video games.
One that will try to push the games that
Yeah.
it sees as being big game sellers.
Like I don't know. This is one I'd like to return to after doing some like digging.
Oh yeah, we could definitely.
But
Well,
face value, I'm sure there's some level of corruption in it. Like there's always something.
there's a lawsuit or something going on with Warner Brothers because of apparently they paid a bunch of people to say that that Shadow of Mordor was a really good game, and they didn't tell people that they had to say that they were paid to say that. So that's why they're getting in trouble, I guess.
Wasn't that a good game though?
It's a pretty good game, but like they got paid to say it, and technically under the law, they're supposed to say that they were paid to say that it was a good game.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know either.
I just read
That's
a little article. I don't know a whole lot.
Yeah, that sounds-
I just have seen that. And there's like there's a YouTuber, a big one, I think is PewDiePie, I think. He got in a lot of trouble because he was one of the people that got paid, and he like put a little message
He needed
in the
more
thing.
money?
That guy's fucking
Well,
annoying.
he put a little message in like his like
You hear that?
the notes or whatever for his video.
Yeah.
And apparently that wasn't enough. He had to legitimately say in the video or something that
Yeah,
he
I
got
don't
paid
know.
to say it, and they didn't tell him that. So
I don't
know.
see what the appeal for that guy is anyway.
So there's like a
but
shitload
whatever.
of people getting in trouble over it. I don't know.
The
So that's probably the one thing that sparked this question.
I don't doubt it though. I really don't. Like when I saw all the reviews for SimCity, how everyone was just raving about it, unless they somehow had a stable version of the game.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
It
they
came
had,
out
like, a
and it
beta.
was down for a
they
week.
probably
Not even able to log on. All online. The servers couldn't handle it. The game was just ruined. Even
some
when I got
people-
in.
Yeah, some people get to play it like weeks in advance. So
but-
maybe the small number of people that got to play it, the servers were stable.
It did not even that. Like there was a time where it was like just taxis endlessly, taxi cabs, and like my people couldn't get anywhere. My population was going down. I couldn't get people to events. I had this big concert hall that I was just banking on, just $100,000 a fucking night, man. I was crushing it, right? And then all these taxi cabs just started like doing these circles around the thing, and no one could get in. No one could fucking park and get into the goddamn Coliseum thing because there was like 50 taxi cabs just glitching the fuck out. No one could have played that. That's how the game was, man. Servers or no, this fucking thing was so bad they gave me a free game. A $60 Dead Space 3, brand new. They fucking gave it to me as an apology. Who in God's name would have given that game that high of a score? Like now,
Someone on a beta with a more stable server.
maybe if the game actually worked too. Like you and I, we love it, right? We played it. It's great.
Yeah.
It's awesome now.
fun game.
It is.
Yeah.
It is phenomenal.
Pretty sweet.
It doesn't end though. So
No, it
like,
doesn't.
You get your fill, and you're like, okay, I'm
Yeah, it's like that'll be good for 6 months, you know. But
Then you go back and play it.
yeah, same thing. It's like there's something going on here to where it's just corrupted, and that's why a lot of people are moving away from these things and like going towards podcasts and away from radio towards the podcast industry because we're not bullshit. We're just people doing the thing. It's no longer this big conglomerate like, we got to say certain things.
Oh, you can't say this. You can't say that.
Yeah, that's being broken.
Although we do censor, but
Yeah, somewhat. But I think the mainstream is being broken, and I think this is probably part of the reason why is because it's so it can be so corrupted just for their own interests.
Yeah, I mean some big websites and stuff that do like video game news and whatever, you know, they pander to like certain things like IGN. It like heavily, when they do like movie reviews, they heavily pander towards like superhero movies. And a lot of the superhero movies that they're like, oh, it's fucking amazing is fucking trash.
Yeah.
Like, I recognize that. I'm a comic book fan. I enjoy the superhero movies, but not all of them are fucking 5-star movies.
By the way, no one has recommended comic books yet.
Cut to the
waiting.
comic book rage. the other
Waiting.
day.
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Well, people know. People know fucking, the Ben Affleck Daredevil. Not a great movie.
No, yeah. Well, a lot of people, some dude at work the other day was saying that Ben Affleck sucks because of that movie. And I was like, dude, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, he sucked
Like,
as Batman too. And I was
Has
like,
he
oh,
seen
come
his?
on.
Has he seen the good Ben Affleck?
I
movies?
doubt it. It's just generalizing.
I think Ben Affleck is it just matters on whatever part he's cast into, in whatever movies.
So he's not
Ben
the greatest.
Affleck's in a lot of bad movies, and that would naturally make Ben Affleck be bad. Not everybody can be Meryl Streep, who was in The Iron Lady, which is kind of a shit movie, but she's amazing in it. Which is a rare thing. It's a rare thing where an actor has an amazing part in a movie that blows ass.
Yeah.
I say
like,
Nicolas Cage does that shit too.
like fucking Batman versus
But
Superman.
his movies
Ben
aren't
Affleck's
really
the
brought
best
up
part
that
about
much.
it.
Like what Nick Cage does is like brings it up to where it can breathe. Like its lips are just out of the water.
I don't know about
I know
that,
a
dude.
lot of people who hate Nick Cage.
I know. He's in horrible movies.
I kind of don't like Nick Cage.
I used to hate him, but then I saw.
I
other
recognize
movies,
that
and
there-
I was like, I was wrong. Nick Cage is great.
Yeah,
I recognize that he's good in some movies, but like I told you I watched Astro Boy, right?
Asshole Boy.
the animated movie.
Yeah, you put your asshole
he's,
in the boy.
He's one of the fucking characters, and every time that character speaks, all I can think of is fucking Nick Cage. Seriously, all I can think of is fucking Ghost Rider, is fucking National Treasure, is fucking just garbage movies, and it's just he can't be a character. He is fucking Nick Cage. He is incapable of being anything else.
I am gonna be the Astro Boy.
No, he's not. He's not Astro Boy.
I'm gonna be the Astro Boy.
He's Dr. Tedma. So yeah. It's just fucking the doctor.
Well, I think Astro Boy is kind of a lukewarm movie as it is, but
It is, yeah. It's not super
yeah.
great.
I think he does
but-
bring up some really bad ones and make them pretty funny though.
Yeah, that's
Maybe it's
true.
'cause he's not
he
taking it
goes
serious.
all fucking
Yeah,
out.
he fucking loses his shit, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm sure the mainstream media does affect the ratings. There's no doubt.
That would be a good
Yeah,
one to
but-
come back to.
Yeah, to really look into. That's a dive deep one. That's a great question, Cloud. We'll have to try to post it on the new forum so it's there again. So we don't
Copy
forget.
and paste it.
All right, this one topic. Nude Clan is 6 months old. Let's review Nude Clan.
Woo!
Yeah.
This is from Pixel
How about that
Edged.
time that Joe went on a political rant?
Yeah. While this is mainly for the forum users and
Sorry.
fans to
I'm
express
sorry.
their opinions, hosts can feel free to join in for the fun. Now that Nude Clan is 6 months old, plus some change, January 3rd, let's do a review. Here's a short questionnaire to give some feedback to the hosts and other fans
All right, Pixel Edge, we're going this
about
month.
what we
motherfucker.
think of the show.
August.
August.
Here's
sometime.
the 10 questions. 1, where did you hear about Nude Clan? What's your favorite, most memorable episode
Hold
of
on,
Nude
let's
Clan?
answer number 1. Where did you guys hear about Nude Clan?
When Caleb and I conceived it months and months before it happened.
It's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our child, our love child.
Yeah.
Born
Our
of passion.
baby. Yeah.
What of hot gay passion. All right, number 2. What is your favorite or most memorable episode of Nude Clan? Last week's.
Double
I'd say.
Dragon review.
That was
that
fun.
was a good one.
We were fucking
Enjoyed that one.
crazy on that one. Number 3. What do you like most about the Nude Clan podcast? We just get to do whatever we want.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Play
it
good
is
games.
nice.
Playing games that we normally wouldn't. Playing games for as a motivation to review it for you guys is really awesome.
My favorite thing about Nude Clan is hearing from the listeners.
Yeah.
I enjoy that too. Fan interaction is sweet.
Pandora. If you could
Pandora.
add something to improve or change about Nude Clan, what would it be? Man, I just wish we could do more.
I wish that Caleb would stop calling our listeners fans.
I wish
Me and Schweiss had a conversation about early on in UFF where it was like, I told Caleb this and I just figured it was the right thing to do. And I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I was like, listen, we should stop calling our listeners our fans. We need to just call them our listeners because they're listening to us. They may not be fans of us and
true.
maybe fans of Final Fantasy
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck
Yeah,
we're talking
that's true.
about.
That's fair.
So I was like, in this, I mean, it's different if you had the Caleb Schweiss show And it'd be different if it was the Joseph DeGaulier show.
Well, in this case, for Nude Clan, they are our fans.
No, I think I'm still gonna go ahead and call them listeners, and then cringe every time you call them fans.
It is about us, and we review things that we want. It is about us. Therefore, they are our fans.
All right,
But we can
all
still call
right.
them listeners.
If they can make it through getting fat, and they can make it through my political tirade, and if they can, well, that's basically it. If they're that, then they probably are our fans. But I don't know.
Our
Fan feels weird. Fan.
Yeah.
All right. Do you ever consider buying or buy a game as a result of a Nude Clan review?
Yes.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah, totally.
I do,
Yeah,
yeah.
all the time. I listen to them every time. Did you know we're part of a network? Yeah, everybody probably knows that. What is your favorite podcast of that network? Ooh, list your
Nude.
podcast.
Oh, fucking
Nude Clan's my favorite.
Nude Clan. Yeah, probably
All right, what's second?
UFF, man.
Yeah,
All right,
probably
third.
UFF.
Godzilla.
Super sexy. I haven't heard Godzilla.
Fuck you. Not
I'm
too
gonna
many
go.
have.
I'm gonna go Nude Clan, UFF, super sexy, getting fat, pseudo intellectuals, and then Godzilla.
Oh, but dude, boom! Bainjum said he likes Godzilla the most. the other
Really?
day. Yeah. On this.
What?
Yeah, he said.
Fucking
You know,
bullshit.
it feels kind of wrong, but I actually think I'm starting to like Godzilla podcast the most, and I'm like, yes. It's just the smallest show. So, you know,
he's just saying that to keep you
happens.
going. Don't listen to him. He's a
fuck
fucking
you.
liar.
He stole our format.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. All right. Do you engage with us outside of the podcast? Not really.
We
I engage
we
with myself
engage
nightly.
with the.
Yeah.
Caleb thought it was funny.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we engage with each other outside of the podcast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who is your favorite Nude Clan host?
You know,
Other than yourself.
other than myself.
Yeah, let's
God,
make it
this is
that.
weird.
Because if I were to choose, I would choose me. I agree.
What
with
about
me more.
myself or I? Big fans.
Well,
Yeah, just me. I love me.
yeah. Come on, Caleb. You know you like me. more
Well,
than you.
when Caleb is not leaning back in his fucking chair, then I like Schweiss the most. If
All right,
he is leaning
there's,
back in
there's
his
some
chair,
leaning going on. Not this time.
not this time. If there is leaning back in the chair, then
I think
Craig.
I think he leans when Cam's here. It's because there's one less person to do. There's one more person, so he has to do that much less work. So
You
he
think
feels
so?
like he can lean.
I don't have to carry you. So you're saying we don't carry Cameron? Is that what you're telling me right now? We don't carry Cameron? Is that your
Oh,
statement?
we definitely carry.
Yeah, we carry Cam, but
Oh man, we just got our bag on him and he's not here. It's fun. Although we do it anyway, even if he is here. So I don't know.
I don't know.
Then he'll start
Yeah.
slamming tables. And,
Yeah, and getting pissed,
yeah. Then it's time
screaming.
to go. You got to go to your quiet place, Cameron. I'm sorry, you can't be acting like this.
I don't know. I don't know which of you guys I like the most. Maybe Craig.
I like me.
Maybe Joe. I don't
After
know.
all those episodes of UFF,
It's the scream in the beginning. It's like
it's to energize us
it doesn't do
and get me to. I got to get on that
to get you to what?
the blood
Go
pumping,
tirade?
man. Got to
Go
get the
nuts.
Got to get the blood pumping.
You want to get nuts?
Blood pumping to where?
Let's get nuts.
It just my heart.
Yeah.
It's not usually there. I'm like,
I don't know. It's a toss up between you two. I'd say. I enjoy you both.
okay, so no one likes Cameron the most.
Nope.
That's sad. All right. Well, now that we're if the new
I know
clan,
some of the listeners do.
yeah, I'm sure they
One
do.
of the listeners.
Yeah. If the Nude Clan hosts were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, who would be what turtle? Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, and Donatello. Oh, I know I wouldn't be Donatello.
Who's the Ninja Turtle who doesn't know the other Ninja Turtles' names?
I think
That would be me.
I think I remembered
Which turtle is what?
the blue one. That's Leonardo, right?
That's Leonardo.
I think
Yeah.
I'm more like him.
You think you're Leonardo?
Yeah, he's like the funny weird one.
No, he's not.
I thought he
You think
was.
You're funny.
Michelangelo is the funny weird one.
Okay, the Michelangelo. Yeah, I don't know, either. I don't fucking know, dude. They're like the same thing in my
No,
mind.
they're not.
I can't remember.
I've seen you wear. The only person who can answer this question is you.
All right, who's what?
Okay. Joe would probably be more Leonardo.
Okay.
Leonardo.
Just basing off their roles and stuff. Kaleb would probably be more Raph.
I'm a top or a bottom.
You're a bottom. Joe's Jeff.
I would probably be Michelangelo.
Oh boy, freaking! All right.
And Cameron.
He's the mute one.
Cameron would be the rat, the master.
Hey guys,
Just. Cam would be Donatello, but not really.
All right. I don't remember enough about the Ninja Turtles, obviously,
that would be,
to really matter.
That's my close-ishness.
all right. What do the listeners
Our
say?
personalities are not close.
All right. Where did you hear about Nude Clan? Corey says UFF podcast. What's your favorite or most memorable episode? The first-person shooter episode. It was very nostalgic. What do you like most about the Nude Clan podcast? The getting fat parts and the topic episodes. If you could add something, improve, or change something about Nude Clan.
I win. I win.
What do
What
you
would it
win,
be?
Joe?
Because that fucking argument for like the first 8 weeks of doing this podcast where we're like, we should just drop getting fat. And I was like, no. See that?
If you could add, improve, or change something, a pre-review episode segment to gauge expectations before the hosts play games. That's a cool idea. Did you ever consider buying or buy a game as a result of Nude Clan review? Yes, I have Heavy Rain in my Amazon card. I also bought Uncharted 2 because one of them said it was their favorite game.
It is. It's a good game.
Did you know that Nude Clan is part of a network? Yes, they dedicate a good portion of the show to make sure everyone knows that. That's accurate. What is your favorite podcast out of the network? Still like UFF, but actually wait Sunday mornings for Nude Clan to post and listen to it right away. Do you agree, or do you engage with Nude Clan outside of the podcast, like social stuff, Twitter, blah, 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 blah? Just the forums, he says. Who is your favorite Nude Clan host? I can't really read what that says right there.
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna move
I can
on.
read it from fucking here.
I'm gonna move on from that one.
It says it's me, bitch.
It's like this weird hieroglyphic kind of thing. It looks like the writing from Dead Space. Like it's all
No, it's
fucking
not.
code.
It's fucking not.
Okay. If the New Clan hosts were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, who would be that turtle? Leonardo would be Joe. Michelangelo would be you. I would be Raphael, and Donatello is for Cameron.
Holy shit.
Hey, right on.
All right. Here's Shinru. Where did you hear about Nude Clan? UFF, and I listened to the first episode as soon as it came out. What is your favorite or most memorable?
Which first episode?
Probably both. No and him. What is your favorite or most memorable episode of Nude Clan? One of the early ones where they reacted to funny YouTube videos of video game cringe. I was supposed to be the one to fill your dark soul with light, and Joe reading the comments for that video was hilarious. What do you like most about the Nude Clan podcast? They are friends and have good, funny conversations. They remind me of an American version of Super Best Friend podcast. They are Canadian. If you could add
Is there a
something-
huge difference between us and them? Like
I don't
personality wise, maybe they
Shinru,
apologize
maybe
more?
Shinru is like super anti-Canadian.
Okay, every Canadian I've ever met has been a fucking asshole. So I'm wondering where the every Canadian is nice stereotype comes from.
I think Bill is Canadian. isn't
Oh
he?
wait, no, there was that super smoking hot chick I worked with on a video.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Did she have the
She
accent?
was Canadian. She,
She
was
was-
like,
was she
dude,
an
she was
asshole?
half Eskimo. She was smoking.
Yeah.
She was smoking hot. Smoking. And okay, yeah, she was Canadian. She's all right.
If you could add something, improve or change something about New Clan, what would it be? More questions per episode. Oh, this is your fucking gold mine. And more news discussions. Oh, and more funny and hilarious moments too. Well, we try. Did you ever consider buying a game as a result of a New Clan review? Yeah, at least twice. Games that I already owned. I thought of playing once they did a review. Did you know the Nude Clan is part of a network of other podcasts? LOL, of course. UFF for life. What is your favorite podcast out of that network? All right, UFF, huge amount of bars. Nude Clan,
There you
super sexy, and then Godzilla.
go. Oh,
No fat, apparently. Do you engage with Nude Clan outside of the podcast, social, blah, blah, blah? PSN in the forums sometimes, YouTube and Twitch. He has shown up a few times. Who is your favorite Nude Clan host? Schweiss, but as time goes on, I start to enjoy Cameron and Caleb Craig's uniqueness they bring to the show.
but Joe can just fuck off.
Yeah, apparently. Schweiss still number one. If the Nude Clan hosts were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, who would be what turtle? Leonardo would be Joe, Donatello would be Cameron, Raphael would be me, and Michelangelo would be Craig.
Holy shit.
It's funny because Joe could be Raphael and Schweiss could be Leonardo too, I guess.
Depends on the week.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, if there is a person out there, now I know none of these guys answered me as the favorite host. If there is a person out there who loved the political tirade, it wasn't really a political tirade, I don't think.
Anyone
If
that
you
likes,
love my rants, tell me.
if anybody likes Joe, tweet him. He feels bad.
yeah.
Yeah, I have less Twitter followers than this motherfucker, and I host the bigger show. I host the bigger show. Like 12 times bigger than this show. It's sick. Anyway. It takes less work, too. Like, it hurts. Like, if you like my rants, please let me know. Because
right.
I do them for you. I don't do them for me.
Where did you first? This is Pixel Edge. Where did you hear first? Where did you hear about Nude Clan first? UFF. What's your favorite, most memorable episode of Nude Clan? The one where Joe was absent and they had the talented Dylan on. He was very good.
The talented Dylan.
That's a stretch.
Well, the talented Dylan has a blog now, and so you can support him on our new site.
What do you like most about the Nude Clan podcast? 4 friends having genuine fun together and the interaction they have with the community. If you could add something, improve something about
Why does
Nude
Pixel
Clan,
Edge hate me so?
what would it be?
I think he's just saying that for fun, Joe.
I think more
Don't take it
mail reading.
I think it's real.
I think more mail reading / questions and segment themes like on UFF. Did you ever consider buying a game as a result of a Nude Clan review? Yes, Far Cry Primal. It was bad. Lies. It was amazing.
I loved it.
It was
fuck,
good.
Fuck that, man. I love that
Did
game.
you know that Nude Clan was part of a network? Yes. What is your favorite podcast out of the network? Nude Clan all the way. Do you engage with Nude Clan outside of the podcast? Forums, Twitter, and sometimes Twitch and Discord. Who's your favorite Nude Clan host? Strice overall. Craig seems to be the most fun guy. Cameron seems to be like the best looking, and oh, come on. And maybe
know?
the one with the biggest penis.
And
Joe.
definitely the one with the biggest penis. And I will say, I don't have the smallest.
All right.
Let's keep that clear.
And Joe is the most talented.
Thank you.
If the Nude Clan hosts were Teenage
I don't know what that
Mutant Ninja
means.
Turtles,
Thanks.
who would be
Same
what
guy
turtle?
says he hates you.
Yeah.
I would be Leonardo, Joe would be Michelangelo, Cameron would be Raphael, and Greg would be Donatello. All right, we have one more.
Weird that he views me as Donatello.
This is
My hogs, balls, or whatever.
Matunica. Where did you hear
Matunica.
about Nude Clan? UFF standard. What is your favorite, most memorable episode of Nude Clan? I'm with Shinra on this one. I had to leave my desk at work when he said, I was meant to fill your dark hole with white. I was in stitches. What did you like? What do you like most about the Nude Clan podcast? The general banter of the group reminded me of when me and my mates when we were in school. Okay, if you could add
my
something,
mates.
improve something about Nude Clan, what would it be? I think Cam, but I think it sounds like Clam. Whenever the guys refer to him in third person, should have a, it really grinds my gears type segment. I actually thought of having one of those myself. Like 2 weeks ago, I was like, I want to do a segment where I just talk about something that really pisses me off.
Oh, that's just the show.
Yeah, but I want to do like an actual thing.
Oh, okay.
Did you ever consider buying a game as a
I just
result
go
of one of
off
our
when I
reviews?
want to.
No, but only as I'm buying a house with my wife and can't legit justify purchasing games anymore. I do have a secret fund to buy PS4, but if I'm honest, that's for 15. Did you know that Nude Clan was part of a network of other podcasts? Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't be a good listener. What is your favorite podcast in the network? Nude Clan, then UFF. Super Sexy is brilliant, but I'm so paranoid someone will hear what I'm listening to. I rarely risk it. Do you engage with Nude Clan
Does
outside of the
Godzilla podcast does not exist?
Nope. Twitter and forums. Who's your favorite clan host? Team Clam.
That
Yeah, that's the weird thing.
is
Calm boy. What?
calm.
If
boy.
the Nude Clan hosts were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, who would they be? Leonardo would be me. Michelangelo would be Craig. Raphael would be Joe. Donatello would be him, since he was his favorite. Cameron would be Splinter, and Dylan would have to be Krang.
Krang.
But what would I rate the show out of 10?
just
Oh, yeah, I think I'm the only one who gets that joke.
you are.
I don't know who that is, yeah. I know who the mouse is, or the rat.
Krang is like, you guys don't know who that is either. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain.
Well, whoever it is, it's Cameron.
No,
never mind, Dylan,
Cam is
sorry.
Splinter, which is
Is he?
weird.
But that's odd. Cameron couldn't lead us out of a fucking wet paper bag.
Well,
Like, it's left. Let me pull it up on maps.
I just
Cameron!
Just fucking walk
Cameron,
through
there's
it.
a fucking sign. I just want to pull it up.
It's wet.
can't-
Just fucking rip it.
I'm sorry. Ever since I started driving, I always had Google Maps. I don't know. It's like, Cameron, you're a fucking idiot. Cameron, just look at the sign. The sign says where you're going.
I don't have internet connection.
Which way's north?
I don't think he's ever said that, has he? I don't know, actually.
That
I
guy
have.
has.
Jeez,
I was like,
you've lived here your whole life.
yeah, Salt Lake is north.
The mountains are to...
They are literally the run north to south. You
Yeah.
should know where you are at all times.
on the
here.
east.
Don't.
Wow, dude.
God.
All right, well, that clears up all of the questions that we had.
It is done.
Yeah, that was
Holy shit.
that was a big amount of questions. That's good. I'm like an hour late to my Final Fantasy 11 thing. Tori's probably freaking out.
Oh shit. Should have just messaged him on Twitter.
I probably should have, but
Okay. Well, you
no
can do that
need.
now since I need to mix the episodes, unless you want to do that. So I do have a question for you guys. Like, I know I just went on a political rant, and I am sorry if that is definitely not what you want to hear here. I do wonder though. Then we're off subject now. We're not talking about video games.
Yeah.
It's kind of the end of the show here. Now I'm a huge fan of Adam Carolla, and Adam Carolla goes off on rants. And ever since we started podcasting, I've been trying. I'm not as funny as him, and I realize that. I've been trying to be Adam Carolla, at least in his delivery and things of that nature. Now, if you got a fucking problem with the rants, let me know. If you don't and you love them, also let me know, because I realized I went on 20 minutes on fucking that terrible Twitter conversation with that fucking asshole.
Yeah.
So
It's pretty long.
yeah, it is pretty long. Speaking of pretty long,
No, it's not.
I know it's not.
What?
Oh, you were. Oh, were you?
We were talking about your penis.
Oh, but it is definitely not the shortest in the room.
in the room, well, that narrows it down.
Is Wayland in here?
I believe so. He comes out and he's got this big cock. Like,
This is fucking built like a horse.
It's like 8 inches. Jesus Christ!
What the fuck?
It's like a corkscrew. Weird.
it's like a pig.
Oh God.
He ate a mountain of extends.
Cat would be dead. Yeah. It's like no blood's getting anywhere else.
Oh my god. Well, you know what, guys? Speaking of the questions, like the reason that we don't really answer that many questions is because we don't get a whole lot of questions.
Well, that and we
just cleared out a bunch of questions because sometimes we forget, and sometimes we just have to save them, and sometimes there's not enough room in the episode
you know what? It is
for the questions.
way better than like only answering 1 or 2 questions an episode. It is way better than not having any questions, which has
true.
happened on UFF.
We try to have
We have no questions this week. Let's move on.
for Nude Clan. We've tried to make sure that we have questions. So now we have more places to ask questions. You can ask questions on our new website via the contact page.
Yeah, nudeclan.net, the contact page. You can use that as a place to ask questions if you don't want to join the forums.
And then you
which
can
should.
also
Anyway.
tweet each of us whatever you want with the hashtag AskNude, and we'll try to answer that question on the show.
You know what? We do have a recorded one. You guys want to hit that too?
Let's hit it next week.
Okay.
I feel like we've wrapped this up. It's already been like a 2-hour episode.
Yeah,
so.
it's good.
Yeah.
So there's more talk when Cameron isn't here. He just shuts down conversations. I think that's what it is.
It might have been at one point, but I don't think that happens now. I don't know.
Anyway, if Hayden's listening, good luck on your wedding. I hope your wife doesn't find out about.
Yeah, enjoy the beard, buddy.
We look
So
forward
Cameron's
to 10
brother
years
did
down.
hear that episode, by the way.
Oh,
he did?
Yeah,
Really?
the Double Dragon episode where I called him a gay ass brother.
Oh, wow. What did he say?
He didn't say it. He said he liked the show, but he didn't like. I was like, I called you a gay ass brother like 10 minutes in. So if you listen to the Double Dragon review,
Maybe he's like, yeah.
yeah, pretty much. Hope my wife doesn't hear about this.
Yeah.
Anyway.
10 years later, just
All right, well, we got to stop the fun at some point. Guys, you can find us now at newclan.net. As of this episode being done, I'm going to go into our DreamHost server and put a redirect on the website. So
Dun, dun, dun.
it shall now be nudeclan.net, and that will take you to an actual Nude Clan site.
An actual website.
That is,
guys.
yeah, guys, it's there. It exists. It's part of this huge conglomerate. We all have our own like little blogs. Kaleb, Craig and Schweiss have both talked about video games on their blogs. I, of course, put my terrible high school home movies up, which you guys can watch and laugh at if you want. I'm excited to see your comments there. You can support us there as well. Click through the Amazon link. Click through PayPal if you want. Probably be a couple more months before we set up a Patreon for this show. But we'll...
Got some great ideas hanging out there, so be pumped for that.
So great ideas.
Make sure you download every episode about 10 times, and we'll hit that number faster.
You can see us play the games live at twitch.tv/NudeClanGaming. You can also check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/NudeClanPodcast. You can call our number at 385-204-3921, 385-204-3921. I think it might have a message that says UFF podcast on there, or like
Just ignore that.
ignore it because it's the same fucking phone line.
It's ours. So
excuse me, it's mine and Schweiss's.
it's the fucking
get out.
Yeah, UFF is paying for it. So you guys can check that out. You can tweet me at Joseph Bigolier,
Me at Obsidian Ba.
Me at UFF Podcast.
and Cameron at Nude Clan Cam. We'll see you guys next week.
Enjoy the nude.
Live always in the nude.
Enjoy the FAP. Wait, which one are we missing? Enjoy.
May the list go on.
May the list go on. Fuck. Should we say that though? I know Cameron's not here.
No, he's not here. He
Doesn't
can't
matter.
sign off.
Yeah, you know what I would say to Cameron right now?
Fuck off.
God damn it! Why do you always answer that? It's not a question for you to answer.
You asked.
No, it's
you
not a
looked at
question for you
me
to answer.
and you asked.
Looks like
I will
Craig's the one who
answer.
shuts down conversation.
Yeah, it does. I go, you know what I should add? And then
No, I
he's like, yeah, I know exactly what you should do. And you go,
I created a conversation just
No, no,
now.
no, no,
Otherwise,
no, no, no.
Joe would have just said "fuck off" and then ended the episode.
yeah, it would have been awesome. It would have been
Therefore,
perfect.
I created.
You know what, Caleb?
Conversation.
Created a monster is
Hey,
what you
Caleb.
did.
You know what?
Your loins.
You know what? You know what, Caleb?
Your loins
Tell
can
me.
only father failure.
I'll tell you.
Tell me.
Fuck off.
Ooh.
Yeah!